The theater world is one made of masks. Physical, emotional, metaphorical. And Dungeons & Dragons has always shared this theme to an even greater extent, where players become and take on the mask of a character who themselves may also wear a mask. 6 players find themselves dragged into the world of Acera, a place where might meets magic and lore can become reality. Join Andrew Wilmore, Will Acton, Anthony Anderson, Jack Reuther, Nathan Dennison, David Nika, and the Dungeon Master Wes Bridges as they traverse this world. Welcome to Adventures Till the Curtain Calls. All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Adventures Till the Curtain Calls. I forgot her name for a second. I mind blanked. So, to pick up where we left off, y'all had completed your second side quest. The first one was to actually deal with the owl bears. The second one was from Lehndrys. So, congratulations, you're...
Wait, the owl bears was our first? Oh, yeah, it was.
It was our first quest.
It was your first quest.
Also, side quest.
So long ago.
It was the only quest. So, I mean, you can't call it a main quest, can you?
Yeah.
It was our quest.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you finished your first side quest, everybody. Because you straight up could have not done what Lehndrys asked. Anyway, so, and all that, you freed Lehndrys the Quiet, no longer the Quiet, since she's now freed. And she took her egg, made Elith'Koli her home, her new lair, gave you guys a lot of goodies. Mm-hmm. Don't expect that every time you finish one of these ever again. Ever. But yeah, you got a lot of good stuff.
Wes is Oprah.
And we leveled up.
I am Oprah. I am.
And we leveled up.
And you leveled up.
Finally felt bad for us.
After a year, you finally leveled.
That sounds about right.
a real-time year. Sort of. That is me. So as it, man. Okay. There it is. So you guys started traveling back south towards Volkstad just because it was a hub for you to kind of unload whatever you need to, purchase whatever you need to before you guys decided where you wanted to go next, because it was still kind of up in the air as to what you guys wanted to do, which is fine. Along the way, you did come across 2 guards who wanted to get, since there are no selfies, got autographs from you guys, and the captain, the one with the plumage on his helmet, actually said that the archpriest would like to talk to you about, and he just said you would know. That's all. And we actually finished with you guys arriving, starting to get up to the gates of Volkstad as they started looming closer. And that's where we pick up. As you guys get closer, you do notice that there are way more people outside of the gate than passing through. And as you are now seeing more guards, on some of the guards at Divian, you see a black band on their arms. And yeah, they're still letting people through. As before, it was kind of like a glorified TSA line. Now it is a true TSA line. It is single file. The carts are completely rifled through. Not just short of ransacked, but it's kind of like a warrant is taken out. Everything's pulled out. Everything's opened before it's haphazardly put back together and back in the cart. We'll say that you guys going through, I assume,
yeah.
or okay.
Are you gonna calm our bookmeister? Because last time he showed up immediately to help smooth out any issues that we might have.
I can call him and pull out that stone and just like, hello.
You told me what happened.
Oh, and a few minutes later, 7. Good to hear you go back in service. Apologies. I can't see you at a moment, kind of in the middle of something. When you have time, swing by. Good to always see you, my friend. okay, bye. And he just, you hear a magical click on the other side of the line as he disconnects the call.
Was there a female giggle in the background?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not for sure.
I don't know about
Could
that.
be a male giggle too.
Might have been,
well, all right, that's a good call.
might have been breaking some spines. So
Oh, gosh.
Well, actually, I don't think we need the maester here. I think we can just mention at the gate that the blindfolds are here. I'm sure they'll let us in.
Well, doesn't I say?
Please don't use
Ren
that
has
name.
the. Ren has the
I don't want to use that name, but that's the name we've been assigned.
Yeah, we do have the pendant.
They know us.
We
Yeah,
could always just pull that out.
It's weird though. So there is this true TSA line at this point. Like everyone is being petted down, checked. But once you get inside the gate, it's still kind of that feeling and air about it. But there's also like a lot of joy going on. A lot of people celebrating. Music's going. There's smiles, tears with smiles. The citizenry when you get inside, like it's kind of like the gate. I don't want to say the floodgates are open, but once you do get inside, the music starts getting louder as you start going in more, because the gate that you do come through is adjacent to Divian's sector. It's one of the main roads that passes in between. So there's a lot of just kind of fun festivities kind of going on. There are, you'll see every now and again people kind of talking with each other, kind of arm around one another. Some of them straight up bawling, but kind of a weird mix of emotions going on here. Kind of both ends of the spectrum going on.
Can I ask a passerby, what's happening? Why all the celebration?
Well, then what's with the black armbands?
It's usually not good.
You find like just these group of women's. You must be new to Volkstad. There are a lot of different faith bases here in town, and the one for Divian, she's no longer with us, but we know that she would celebrate joy as much as Divian would want her to. And like the other women, like, again, kind of that mix of like extreme sadness, but also like joy. Like you see flames from a fire breather like down the road there. But it happened nearly about a week ago. And we're kind of in the midst of celebrating her.
Shit.
How did she go?
We don't. I don't quite know. I mean, there's plenty of talks. Some say, as an elf, maybe, time finally caught up with her. Others, say that she was attacked that one time. Maybe they came back. There were others that say she was poisoned. There was others that say she got kicked in the head by a mule. I mean, there's... no one knows for sure. What we do know is that she is no longer with us, and we are celebrating her time with us.
Does that mean the ascension of the next rose is Killen?
Killen was taken, if you remember. That was the priestess that was taken. So, and that's the priestess that was underneath the Grand Rose. So you have two vacant positions of the head of the
Succession
Divian.
crisis.
Yes.
Good callback there. Well done. We don't know who's. I'm not necessarily a Divian. So I do pray to Divian, but I'm not my chief deity, so to speak. But I've heard nothing but good things about the Grand Rose, and it is abundantly apparent. Just there is a life and a spirit that is missing in the city now. Oof. But if it's, and one of her friends just starts outright bawling. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. If it's okay." And like the girls, the women kind of huddle up together and console their friend, and they swap tears and everything. But and you see this with pockets everywhere. Like there are some that just like, even when you go to a funeral or something, you see people just boisterously laughing, sharing stories and everything, and that's what seems to be going on. But you do see that the guards are the only ones with the black armbands on. And you do see that on the black armbands, kind of kind of eerily similar to like the Death of Superman when they did that, because when it came out with the comic, you would get a little armband that had the Superman logo on it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they have as I wear my Superman little jacket right here. One with like a little symbol of Divian, like quickly. It is not a very clean stitch. It was very quickly done in order to make a bunch of these, but that's essentially what the guards have on their arms. Other people are dressed in black as well.
Last time we were in Volkstad.
It takes about 3 days for you to get from Volkstad up to where the fishery, not fishery, because we talked about this last time, the fishing village that you were at last, and then it was a couple hours from there to Elith'Koli. So from there and back,
a week.
6 days,
Yeah.
about a week.
And then we spent the night in town,
right after we-
so...
Yeah.
Did they ever
About a
go
week.
through with that marriage before, or
No, as far as we know, there was supposed to be a marriage, and that was kind of the whole point of
doing that? Yeah.
doing it. But I think the attempted first assassination.
All they said was that that was kind of the last we heard of it. But then again, we also dipped out. So
I think that weird puzzle trunk thing that was also part of the puzzle Huntress was supposed to be a factor in all of that. At least that was my intuition.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Ren just going like,
Still not a big fan of
Connecting
your
lines.
god person banner. Anyway,
Roxana, or are you talking about the person that
no,
The Lord Marshal Olkrot. Yes.
gave him
Very
the lesson
mean.
Yeah.
that you didn't tell?
What
You
was-
don't know about.
That we don't know about.
What was the Watchmaster's name again?
Was that
J something Ember, or was
yeah,
that the
yeah.
Bookmeister?
You're talking about our mommy?
Yes.
Yeah, hold on.
Our Dami mommy,
Our
muscle
dummy mommy
mom.
that we love.
Mommy. That's there. We're there, everyone. We've gone from a different acronym, a 3-letter acronym of RPG to BDS, 4M. No, I'm kidding. Acronyms.
I'm pretty sure it was J Emberborn.
that's it.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
it.
certain you're right. I feel like it's been a year since we've heard that name.
In like 2-3 weeks. In game time, about 3 weeks.
But I mean,
Yeah, J.
maybe
Emberborn.
we should
Amber Bone.
touch base first with the Bookmeister.
Yeah, we got. Well, yeah. No, we got to do that, and we also obviously need to talk to the president, figure out what's going on, because if this is happening,
Get a legit thing instead of
this shit's turning around.
speculation.
Or we
Figure
can
out-
go see Armand.
You just want to buy things. Don't even go.
Maybe,
I-
but
Hey,
we
can
usually get some pretty
supermarket
good
sweep
information.
later.
I
Yeah, whatever
veto
way you wanna
Armand.
Describe it.
We
I-
usually get some pretty
Sure.
good information from Armand.
Yeah, totally,
I'm just saying.
Totally. Yeah, no,
I veto.
no, totally, for sure.
Ren emphatically,
No.
just no.
But we could also see Tendrin and see what profits have been made with the Sleek Stone.
Yeah, no, we need to do that too. We need to hit them up. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, order of importance, we should probably go see Mr. President first.
President.
Archpriest.
Archpriest, yeah.
Mr.
And I'm
Harkonis.
keeping an eye on Seven so he doesn't immediately run away to buy more donuts.
Oh,
Or get a loan and buy more property.
Still
my
do that,
God.
7.
Oh, I can't believe
We have the means now.
we
We need to set up
RPG'd
trade
the
routes
city
for
clerk.
7-7.
God.
I have money now.
You're not holding on to any of that money right now. Are you kidding me?
You know how many magical flowers he could buy for everybody? Okay, so you guys are heading to
Zextius.
Sextius,
Yeah.
where Archpriest Varden Harkanis is.
Big old scales.
So, as we had noted in other sessions, that the city is designed like a pinwheel. That there is a central area that everything is focused in. So, you guys head to the center in order to kind of make your turns, because it's easier to navigate that way than to try and weave your way through alleyways. At one point, there is someone that kind of is just in the middle, just screams, "You all been blinded by the so-called light of the gods. Only in darkness are one's eyes truly open." And like, he didn't even get the full sentence out before 2 guards just instantly grab him and drag him off.
I've been there.
Yeah.
But
No, literally, I was, role playing as one of their members and
Oh, true.
saying,
She would live in that chaos life.
man, you betrayed that man. He trusted
And
you.
things went sideways fast.
For all you know, he's dead.
I trusted someone once.
Once.
And that was enough for Ren.
For a game.
But yeah, there is, again, this weird mix between joy and sorrow going on throughout the city. Just kind of depends on who you cross. I mean, there are some that completely are just seem indifferent to it, which is completely fair. But yeah, you go through the main drag of Zaxtius and you get near the temple. And so Raytarin, the god of protection, where it was more of a bastion than it was a temple, where it had legions in front of it, just phalanxed. That's more or less what you're seeing now in front of this temple. And I don't want to say that the guard has increased per se, because you're not seeing them as often roving. It seems like they're more stationed at places. At every one of the entrances to the areas, there's about 4 or 6 watching.
So when we've, not to interrupt, but when we've been to Zexius in the past, we've seen,
There have been some guards.
but we've seen a lot of like commoners there looking for miracles and things like that. Are we still seeing that same thing?
Yes, but not in such great amounts as you did before. It seemed that there were way more people in the Divian sector as you were passing through than the others, which would make sense that in a faith-based society, that should a leader like that follow, a lot of them, regardless of their chief deity, are going to pay some sort of homage or, give their condolences or whatever that may be. But there is still plenty. Like, I would say there's a small legion in front of the temple, and you are stopped by a man in a very large pompadour. What's your business here?
We're here to see the archpriest.
And you are?
Hold up the pendant.
We were sent from him.
May I see it? He doesn't even give you an opportunity. Once it's over, he's like, disarm, arms out.
Disarm.
Okay.
Fine.
Like, you get the pat down there. He looks at it and everything, but he sets it down regardless, doing his job. All right, bags, anything of note need to worry about? Open up, just like kind of when you're going to like a festival or something, open up your bag or something. And they take peeks. They're like, okay, whatever. They hand you back the pendant. You leave your weaponry inside the doors with the guards there. And then you may go in. You go inside, and the guards literally line the perimeter on the inside. But there are some other weapons collected from other people, but it's kind of like coat checked. More or less, like you're given like a colored chip or something for your stuff. But yeah, do you guys hand over your weapons?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If you can find them all.
I do hand over my gun.
I'm a living weapon.
Oh, that'd be one of, especially because they don't know what that is per se. Because again, kind of firearms are super rare at this point. They definitely confiscate that. Your bow as well.
Well,
your bow.
Yeah. I would say her bow, my gun too.
Because like there's even somebody who isn't necessarily as you're passing through, not so much like, I don't want to say visually or in depth searching your stuff, but it's more like that, and they're pinpointing your magical things on you, like that, so they can check. Be completely honest, more or less, kind of a drug sniffing dog, more or less, only for magical things.
Would it be a stealth or sleight of hand to hide a dagger on me?
Sleight of hand.
Hey,
Get down, Mr. President.
I was thinking, my guy doesn't like being unarmed.
Hey, yeah, that's great. Read the room.
What'd you get?
I didn't roll. I was like,
Okay, fair enough.
I rethought it.
I'm like already a
So-
weapon unarmed.
Yeah, they would have.
True.
I'm surprised they didn't try to check you.
Yeah.
Just like,
Well, it was more like the guard that went up to you and went, "Ka-tung,"
Yeah.
like as it goes to reach up, and like there's somehow like you have a body, but there's some hollow parts. Be like, oh, Okay.
Yeah. The magic sniffing thing's just like, wee. Just like, I don't know what to do.
Just like a tiny bright spot in my mouth.
Wand. Yeah. But you guys pass through. So there are people inside who are trying, are speaking to the priests there and everything. You don't see Varden, Hyrcanus. But yeah, there are plenty of them kind of about working with people. And you see kind of the standard MO, people that look more destitute, some that like have singed clothing or smoke ash on their body and everything. So, the kind of MO that you've seen previously here. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, let's go talk to him.
Yeah.
Just let's get in there and get this done.
Hello.
Figure out what's going on.
Well, I don't think he's just standing right
Walk past the line. We're not going to.
I guess he has a private office somewhere because we don't see him.
Yeah, say if we don't see him, then we just need to find like.
And
one
at
of the
this point,
especially
like just because you're the tallest,
he's just standing.
Yeah, no offense, like you're there. Yeah, I mean, aside from you guys really well disguising at the first session we had, kind of have an attempted sense.
Yeah,
but they're like. Oh, and you see a priest that you had seen previously on their stay here. They call you forward. Are you here to see the archpriest? I assume
We are.
Yes.
Okay. If you could give me one moment, let me see if he's available. One moment, please. He steps back, kind of down the hallway that you guys had originally gone to go to his private little meeting room. Comes back after about 5-10 minutes. He will see you. And this is more from me than from him. Just give him grace in this time. That's all. But the priest guides you back there, and you enter the room. And every time that you've seen Hyrcanus before, he's been very well put together. But now his dreads are like covering his face, clothes kind of torn. Kind of the stereotypical, like even in the biblical sense, they would tear their clothing or something like that whenever something truly malevolent or something truly heartbreaking occurred. That's more or less what kind of seems to happen. As before, there seemed to be like a liquor bottle in the room. There are now many empty across his like bar at the far end of the room. Well, look who it is. Welcome back. How do you enjoy Volkstad? Arms wide open, kind of saying, here it is.
What happened?
It's quite lovely, honestly.
In a week.
He doesn't understand sarcasm. Let's just say that beforehand. I just want to make sure he understands that.
Well, I'm glad. Fantastic. Well, so the Grand Rose has been killed. And he just takes another big swig of the drink. For a man who's preached order every time that you've seen him.
Balance.
I apologize. Balance. He is anything but at this moment. So, did you get the message before and choose not to answer, or are you just now strolling on in?
We just got it a day or so ago.
I mean, we just got here, but we got the message from your guards.
Well, right.
While we were coming back
on the road on our way back here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he tries to collect himself. Like, I'm sorry. Kaelissa was a wonderful woman and a friend, and I apologize for the state I am in. About a week ago, she was found. She was found in her chambers, dead, with an axe in her chest.
Oof.
And like he puts his fist through the granite table in front of him. His hand's bloodied, completely bloodied now, but there is now a chunk missing out of this completely solid granite table. I have suspicions. obviously think eyes in the darkness, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They were involved. I have some other suspicions. I don't. We're supposed to have her ceremony tonight, and I look like this.
I'm gonna walk up to him, and I'm gonna cast mending on his clothes.
Like there is a moment, like you walk up, put your hands up, like he goes and looks like he's going to grab something on his belt, and he stops for a moment,
cautiously approach, and I'll just cast mending on his clothes.
Like, and just instantly, like it. You see any tears from buttons coming off or whatever, they're repairing themselves.
Maybe prestidigitation to clean them up.
Yeah. And there's even that
can help a little bit.
Yeah, there's even that moment of like, this is ridiculous. They have done me no wrong. Like when you do reach, like he calms down a bit. You have to understand, we being the leaders here in the city have been a little bit on edge lately. I'm sorry. And like he starts to compose himself, like pulls the dreads and like flips it back over his head. And like even motions his own hand as a ribbon goes and ties it behind him. So relatively looks how you've seen him every time previous.
As I'm casting prestidigitation now, I'm going to say, from what I remember, she was a wonderful woman.
And maybe if you can't be the Archpriest of Ardent Harkonis for the moment, maybe you can at least be Kaelissa and Nada's friend at her service. Just that much. You don't have to be the Archpriest of the city in that moment. Just do it for her. Not for the city.
I recognize there is wisdom in your words. I hear it. It's hard to balance any chuckles. To balance what you know is true in your head when your heart feels the complete opposite.
And that's why I'm saying, don't worry about the balance right now. Just remember being a friend.
Thank you, Ren. Thank you, Darren.
And then I'll cast Healing Word on his hand.
You go to, and he stops you. It's like, let me just have this pain, please.
Understood.
Thank you. So, just kind of every possible breathing, calming technique you could think of, you could see him almost kind of internally going 1, 2, 3. As I sit here in front of Will, who is a licensed counselor who knows all these techniques. But we suspect it was the eyes in the darkness. But we have heard that they are potentially taking refuge in the Principality of Duke Portia to the south, which from your previous travels here, although it is a part of Egernesia, it is more like a sanctioned area for you to not have to be like a faith-based person. Like, not saying they're even a second-class citizen. It's just if you don't want to participate in all this crap, here's a specific land for you.
What's the name of that? Sorry.
The Principality of Duke Portia. So DEWG, and then Portia, PORTIA. Duke Portia. I had heard that you were all in town, and it was the day after we found her. So I'd sent word for you to possibly come and see me, and we must have just missed you. I am sorry with how curt I am. I'm just, and you see him almost like cast something, and then like just touches himself, and the bags under his eyes seem to like disappear and everything, more or less a luster restoration on himself. Any slurring of his speech kind of disappears. He's more or less just battling his emotions now. It's, as I said, it is, I'm trying to maintain this balance. I know she was my friend, and I should mourn as a friend. but I am the city's leader, and I can't necessarily let them, the eyes in the darkness, know that we are weak. We are very weak at this moment. Maybe not magically, maybe not by arm, but in heart and in spirit. We've been having these days of celebration, culminating in tonight. She is requested funeral by pyre. We all kind of have our own contingencies should something happen. Hers was funeral by pyre. We are going to honor that. It will be in the center of the city. All, including the faith-based leaders, will be there. Before any questions are asked, because I'm sure that instantly sparked concern, there's going to be a very healthy distance between us, the rest of the crowd, and you had best believe that nearly every arm within every faith base is going to be there at the ready.
What about the other parts of the city?
Yeah, I must say that would be my actual concern, because if they wanted to do something somewhere else, that would be the time to do it.
And that is also a valid concern. We are keeping some roving guards, but honestly, the main thing we are concerned about is why they were we believe, were so pointed on killing or capturing the Grand Rose while she was alive. Why so fixated on her or Divian?
Have any of her people expressed any reason why, or like?
No. Currently, we have the next one in succession. Her name is Iniri Kurtan. Iniri. Iniri. Kurtan, Kirton. Kurtan. She is set to be the next head, the next Grand Rose.
Okay.
She was going to be the replacement for Killen Oma Menor, but obviously. So Iniri's guard will be tenfold compared to all of us, since we don't know if it's was pointed towards Kelesa, or if it's pointed towards Divian. So we're trying to cover both our bases, and there's a part that we almost want them to attack other ones to find out if there's a point. There have been 7 other attacks in other sectors, and it almost seems too random.
Well, it seems more just like the cause of it's just to cause destabilization, which it's succeeding.
Right.
I mean, with the desired effect. I mean,
true.
That's if they don't have you guys, they have you guys looking everywhere. So you're not actually focused on something. You're looking for fire at this point.
And I'm sorry this might be a bit of a personal question for you, considering everything that's happened, but were you and Kalis the closest out of... Because I'm more concerned about...
Yes.
Were these targets towards you?
Yes.
Because if they're trying to destabilize, I mean, the biggest thing would be to cause you stress and make you fly off the handle, which, I mean, no offense, kind of looks like it's working. They want to get you off balance, no pun intended, so they can catch you with your pants down.
Kalissa served as an older sister. She was already the Grand Rose when I came to Volkstad when I was in my teens. I'm now my mid-50s, and she's always been a confidant. My older sister.
Yes.
She has always been close to me. We've maintained a professional enough distance. There's never been any sort of canoodling, so to speak. We tried that when I was younger, and it did not fare well.
I mean, relationships are still relationships. Do you have anybody else that would be a similar relationship or something that's in lines with that?
No, we the faith leaders, we maintain pretty professional relationships. Nothing really outside. We don't, there's not like an officers club or anything that we all frequent or anything. Kaylessa and I were probably closer than we should have been.
Was it widely known, or is that still more of a like mentor?
The other faith leaders, no.
Okay.
But we felt they should be privy to know.
Well, yeah, it makes sense, especially if you guys aren't actually like relationship.
Yeah.
Have you seen any other symbols, new symbols around town?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So shortly after you left again, we hadn't noticed anything new. The same repeats of the symbols that we'd seen before. Minor kidnappings, nothing to the level of a priest or a bishop of their faith or anything like that, but minor kidnappings, break-ins, thefts, arson. But there were 7 other temples that were attacked.
All different.
Prior to and after the Grand Rose's assassin. We're deeming it an assassination.
Yeah.
We've not told the populace yet. How she died, we don't think that's relevant, as we need to be able to celebrate her. They need to be able to feel their feelings, and we're not sure what kind of reaction out of the people to find out there was an assassination. Suddenly, everyone's the enemy if they're not from Divian.
Yeah, that's going to cause more panic.
So we've been pretty tight-lipped about what has happened. And I hate to admit this, but purposefully putting out different possibilities as to what happened. Obviously, the truth is out there somehow, but there's no way to always ever guarantee 100% tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Where was her chambers at? Was it?
They're all. Each of us stay within the grounds of our deity. That it kind of serves as a temple and as a secondary home to all the faith leaders and most of their clergy. I myself, my chambers are four floors above this. Her chambers as well.
I'd like to inspect her chambers if possible.
I mean, that kind of just ties. What he's meaning is,
my mind.
What are you wanting? Now that we're back, I'm assuming to pick back up on this, unless you have like a specific idea, or is this just, hey, we just really need you to like get back in and focus on this?
As I presented before, you are not officially guards, aside from yourself, Banner, being a part of the Church of Brexana. None of you are known to be. I hate to. I say it like this not to insult, but like hirelings. You are not actively known as being people that we use to get things done.
Free agents.
You happen to be here when things initially kicked off many weeks ago. Well, I shouldn't say kicked off, but when they started ramping up a couple weeks ago. Kind of victims of circumstance, so to speak. I'm not even asking you necessarily to be overly active in this, because I think that if you were to choose to help, a sense or an air of anonymity would be, that was Wes correcting himself, would be to our favor. All I ask is that you have ears open. Should you find out anything, please let us know. If you follow through on your own, we can provide some sort of recompense for your time, for your knowledge, for your actions. But you are not bound by anything. It's just, I guess I should hear from you. You all have been outside the city. Has there been any other word of? We've certainly heard that in other cities there are the Eyes of the Darkness popping up, but I don't know if you've had any encounters yourselves outside of the city.
Not outside of the city, no.
No, not yet.
Well, to be frank, we haven't really been
To a well, we've been to a city, but
Just not
Been to like a village.
Not
A
populated one.
little more backwards.
The Bookmaster filled me in on some sort of little excavation site you guys went to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Book
But other
thumpers.
than that, we haven't really had interactions with any other towns. I mean, we didn't know anything. They didn't even want to tell us what was going on. The guards that found us when we were coming back. So
not much
And-
hot goss.
That is intentional.
probably makes sense. Yeah.
Had they been loose-lipped, I'd be asking for names.
May I ask you one more question?
You can ask questions until I say you can stop.
Was there any magic in her chambers?
No,
No trace of
not even the axe itself.
anything.
No.
So nothing that stood out other than the axe.
And aside from the body with the axe in it,
No like signs of struggle, no break-in, no.
You have magical protections, anything like that.
We all do, especially in our chambers.
So whoever went in
Had to have been somebody
overruled
that
Inside job.
knew it, and
Either they knew it or she knew them.
yeah.
Axe seems very personal.
Was her door locked?
Again, there was no signs of a forced entry.
Yeah, so it had to have been either somebody appearing like somebody that she knew.
Or it was.
Well, that's what I'm saying, either or. Like, you can't go straight on
where I
one
wanna
or
go.
the other. But
I think we can
Investigate
always.
the chamber.
Well, I think we can keep, asking questions of how she could
Yeah.
have been murdered. But I think, kind of going back to the point of what I said earlier, I think you're the real target. And I think this whole thing is there something else in the city or something that's of your possession or that with you being distracted that
yeah,
could be more easily accessed by those who want to dismantle?
between that or if there's anything else that if you would lose, you would be more emotionally unstable, what would be? Because it sounds like somebody's targeting you and making sure you're not in the right headspace.
There is one place. No.
Because
there
if-
is a place where heavily guarded within the city. For security purposes, only the faith leaders and very select guards know. And
Does Miss J. Emberborn know, I'm assuming? The Watchmaster?
yes, Lord Marshal Olcrot as well. Grand Rose, all, as I said, all the faith leaders know.
But if Kalista was killed and only a person with inside knowledge could have done that from everyone's surmises, with everyone being at this place tonight or tomorrow nights, like you said, that would be the perfect time if an insider was to know.
There is a safeguard that would literally require myself and a majority of the faith leaders to access it.
Is that like a panic room or something?
No, but again, for the sake of maintaining it, we were charged it by the High King himself. And I am not at liberty to discuss what the High King has given.
Cool.
But
So let's just say something happens at the thing tonight. Is it like a protocol that you guys would go there?
No.
Okay, because I was like, they could be hanging out there or
No.
doing that.
and you're not
You're
not concerned that even though there is a failsafe, as you say, that
that they would know the failsafe.
That's the standard. You have to have me and at least half of the faith leaders.
is it,
Yeah.
I guess, like by a magical means, though? Because there's always ways to circumvent everything.
There's always a backdoor for stuff.
If there is, we are not aware of it.
That's
What about-
haunting. That is. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, we
that
have-
is haunting.
I mean,
Clearly, you have.
Understandable.
Somebody
We have-
knows something because the rose is dead, and you guys were adamant that was going to keep it.
well, we're
We're just trying to help.
I understand, but we're kind of making the assumption that the two are connected,
That's most things sound like they're connected here.
Yeah.
which is fair.
I
But
was even wondering if that, poison that put some of you to sleep, they put you to sleep, pick up your body, essentially make you unlock the area. Like, you don't
He doesn't know about any
That's
of
what
that.
we were doing when we were in town.
We're investigating
We
another
figured it out.
issue.
But also, my mind is wondering, like, you don't have to be conscious to unlock this, do you?
we have to be present.
Yeah,
and
okay,
we have
yeah,
to
exactly.
physically do something in order for it to open.
Your body has to do it. Oh, sorry,
Is it
we're
like a
asking.
spell?
I
we're asking way
apologize,
too
I'm
much.
not
Yeah,
going to answer
no.
that
Exactly.
question.
So
I
we have to go-
appreciate your wanting to understand,
Yeah.
but even I can't give you everything you're asking.
You're good.
I
You're good.
I cannot. I will not disobey the High King.
You're perfectly fine. Basically, it's come to our attention that I guess a long ago war crime poison is back, and I don't think this is a coincidence. Yeah, no, exactly.
Not even. It is a very exasperated, like another thing kind of look.
Well, hey, this thing's a big one because I guess the fact that this coming back isn't a coincidence, and it was right outside of town.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you wanna huff and duff, that's fine. I mean, we literally, we're just trying to help yet again.
I understand.
But I'm saying that there's no coincidences. And if this is showing up outside of town, and that means somebody's either messing with it or something, and if you get it, you're not going to have a fun time. And it would make sense if somebody's going to try and use it, they want to test it first.
Mm-hmm.
Your concern is noted. That being said, we will amply apply guards to it and arcane users to ensure there's no other way. But I will not be giving any more information about this topic regarding what might be connected. And there is a sternness that comes to his voice at this point.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
That is the end of that. Specifically, this area that you asked about. I'm not trying to be curt or rude, but I'm making myself known on this point.
What do you have to share with us then about anything?
Well, I am suggesting, and I'm needing approval from the High King, to completely shut Volkstad, except to the faith leaders themselves. If the problem is inside the city, we can root it out and interrogate. If it's outside, we've kept it out.
So an inquisition?
Was that
More or less, yes.
was that your idea or was that somebody else's?
It was mine.
Okay. So I was about to say, I was like, that right there is a very fast way to cause a lot of problems.
We have to find out if it's from the city or if it's potentially from the south, as
You think.
we think. But again, you think, if we speak on the previous topic, which I shouldn't, but we are thinking, we are assuming. I have nothing any more concrete other than a body with an axe.
Well, I don't think a lockdown's going to happen from an assumption then. So, I guess, I mean, just saying, if they're going off an assumption, I don't think that's going to happen.
That's fine. No. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say.
If you don't mind, can I try one more thing?
Uh-oh.
You can say what you want to try before you try it.
You ask for consent first.
I would like to cast a spell on you.
You can definitely say before you try it.
Identify. Nothing scary. Just,
What are you wanting to find out?
I want to know if you're you, or
you're
if
all
you've had
good.
a spell cast on you, and I think that would tell me.
I think you're needing true sight.
No, identify would see if somebody's if an item or a person is under the effect of a
Person,
spell.
okay.
All you can see is what class it is.
Okay.
But it would tell you if
It
they
would,
were under
yeah,
the
like if
effect
he
of a
was
spell.
glowing, like you could see the individual items, but then if he was under the effect of a spell, he would have a glow to him, and you could see what school it is. Yeah,
Okay. I will warn you though, and like nods over his shoulder, and like literally out from the walls, like there are two like crossbows trained right on you. You try anything other than what you intend.
Holy shit, where have they been this
not.
entire time? Like, whoa!
Eldon's gonna step away. Step away. Okay.
All the statues.
I'm nothing if not honest.
Oh my god, those are real.
And I'm gonna take out my book.
Do you like how Wes questioned you for a second in his head?
It's okay.
Yeah, that's not suspicious.
And I'm gonna ritually cast Identify. Just kind of
He's
while
him.
we're back and forth talking.
He is 100% him, unencumbered, no longer drunk.
Not affected by a spell.
It would also
Not affected
tell
by a
me
spell?
if like whatever spell
He is good.
protections
He has
had,
like
like
protection from good and evil. What other protections does he have?
You don't have to tell us. I think you just.
Yeah, no.
Oh, school. Oh, okay.
You just say the school.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you don't have to tell me this.
Actually, wait. No, that's if it was an item. Yeah.
Protection from good and evil, apparently, isn't enough.
Although
You learn its properties and how to use them. That's if it's an item. If you touch a creature
learn what
throughout the
spell.
casting, you learn what
Yeah.
spell, if any, are currently affecting them.
Okay.
So any spells that are affecting them. So it's not even. I'll say. So,
So
it's
it
a
is
little.
the
It's a little bit more. Yeah, I was thinking item.
Okay. So
You can just do a laundry list.
it is protection from good and evil. There is. Hold on, give me one moment here. I got to get him pulled up.
Sorry, I know, complicated.
And I know you're casting Identify. You do see he's being enhanced, but it's by items on him.
Performance enhancing items.
Yeah. Who else is here using performance enhancing items? That's what I thought.
Rexana over here.
That's what. I'm gonna have to get him pulled up, but there's nothing altering his mind.
Okay.
Every decision is his own. I will get you the list because there's at least 3 or 4.
I think we have everything
So-
we need from here. We can move on.
But
Yeah,
again,
I mean,
some of them are also
spinning
like
our
from
wheels
items
now.
too. So I have to
No,
get his
exactly.
items pulled up.
If we're getting nothing other than just go out there, then yeah, then we just need to go out there.
Before
Like
we
I said, I
leave,
just wanted to make sure that he
Nah,
was
you're good. That's a
himself.
good point. That's a good point.
I understand the reason why you checked.
is J. Emberborn, the Watchmaster, is she available just to...
She might actually be patrolling because since that happened, she has pretty much taken a third of her forces and pretty much roams these streets.
If at all possible, can you have guards who are going to be patrolling soon just flag her and tell her to meet us at the Bookmeister? I think that was the next order of business.
I think that
The Bookmeister.
He just turns to one of the people that came out of the stone. Send a message. And
back in.
they do, but they like,
Predators.
Like
man.
Homer Simpson style, back into the book.
They'll like one will start
Meld
fading
with
back in. The
stone.
one that the one that he said message will sit for a second. But like the arrows are still trained on you, O'Darren, just because you're the last one that made an action, more or less. But they are, yeah.
I understand.
I like that.
As you can see, why we have.
So they were just chilling there watching you drink that entire time? That's kind of weird.
That's cool.
Yep.
I mean,
I
you
told
need
them not to
protection.
do
Don't ask,
anything.
don't tell.
Obedient.
I do want to tell
To
you,
a fault.
say something about what you said earlier about how you didn't want to appear weak in front of the crowds, and wanted to appear strong and that you had your emotion together. I think the greatest strength that you can do right now in this moment is grieve with the city.
Give me a D20, just a straight D20 roll.
Straight what?
Just straight D20. No modifiers, no nothing.
6.
Okay. There is this moment where 7 gives way, and midway through the sentence, Will's finishing it.
Cool.
And Will, you are in control of 7 right now.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm probably like mid-sentence, almost going to look down. And be
And that being said, does anyone have a passive perception above a 15?
I mean, I have advantage
No.
on perception. Hold on. I have it at 15.
I'll say 15 beats. So
Passive.
passive perception.
Where's that at?
should be
That's
on
in
my-
senses
upper
on the
left.
middle left.
No.
Yeah, that's 15.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, mine's a 10.
Passive investigation's 8.
Anyone else?
Oh, hot damn.
You will. So O'Darren and Felix, especially, I would say, just as, technically according to the dice, just as much, but more actually, Tony, for Felix. You guys sense this change in cadence in his sentence. The voice itself doesn't change, but when you know how it is, whether it's your significant other, a sibling, whoever it may be, when they start talking funny, quote unquote, like it's like, this isn't, that's when you ask what's going on kind of question. That's kind of what happens midway through the sentence for Will. You both get that kind of like, what kind of vibe, like nearly imperceptible, but Will, you're fully in control of 7 right now.
Okay. I'm probably going to like be sort of like hesitate for a second and kind of like look around, but also not want to necessarily like draw attention to myself of like, oh my God. And basically just kind of look and just be like, you're allowed to grieve just as much as anyone else in this city. You are allowed to feel the emotions and show those to the members of the city. You can be a model for those other people in the city. That this is a moment where we are allowed to be sad, to mourn the loss of what had happened. But within that is inner strength to say that this will not define the nature of the city. The city will come back stronger. The city won't fall to these outsiders. And the reason that it won't fall is not because we're, I guess, arrogant enough to say that emotions don't matter, but because we're strong enough to say that this hurt us, but it won't define us.
Yeah. Stronger together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
There's
he-
strength in unity.
And he recognized that because, like, it does piggyback a lot off of like what Ren had said as well. But it's one of those that like he gives like the steely eyed, like kind of looking off, but not like you know how it is when you're trying to take in information but not show what you're feeling. For 6 hours, you are Will.
Okay.
Or you are Will.
Ooh, that's good.
That's deep. You are Will now.
Yeah.
O'Darren, during this time, he was completely focused on the archpriest. Now, he's completely... The archpriest is not even a footnote in his mind. He has completely switched to 7.
I can only imagine
While he's
goes
talking,
from like
we both
Arcanus
kinda
to
stop
turn.
and just watch him do his little speech, and we're just both watching 7. Like, what?
And if you really look at O'Darren, his head's cocked to the side.
Little dog cock, yeah. Like,
I would almost say that 7 is now to you two a little bit more expressive looking than previously. Your lenses reflect your natural eye color
weird.
of that blue. Yeah.
All right, with that pep talk, we're gonna skedaddle. We'll let you get ready and get your stuff going.
The festivities will begin at nightfall if you wish to partake. I can't have you. Well, you guys got there 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. So I can't necessarily allow you up with the other faith leaders. We will be separate, but you are welcome to enjoy as you may like. I understand that you were paramount in saving her life before. I would almost care to venture that Iniri might show you similar favor in honor of Kilisa. But thank you.
Our condolences. All right.
Much appreciated. And the other guy just kind of melds into stone. And he just turns around and like the last thing I'll say, kind of last out of the room, maybe Ren. He goes to take a drink, he just sets it down. Just kind of puts it aside. But head in hands. That goes to say though, like if I lived in a mythical world, in a fantasy world, if I could just get drunk and then lesser restoration myself when I need to sober up. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that hangover? Yeah, no.
I gotta go teach kids in a moment. Lesser restoration. Hi, kids. How you doing? Okay. Who's ready to learn? But says the school teacher. Yes. So yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah.
We're gonna wait until we get out of there, but I'm gonna be behind 7.
That's fine.
And the rest of us are
O'Darren's literally
blissfully
gonna walk up right next to 7 and just kind of cheerfully just walk and listen.
book in hand.
Not yet, because I
That's
don't wanna
almost
freak
what I
anyone out.
imagined was him going from
hiding
like
down, yeah,
Arcanus
like-
turning to
I
7.
didn't want them to think that I was reaching for something in my bag, so I did not reach for the book
that
yet.
one guy. Yeah.
As soon as
Yep.
we are out of the room, book. Just
Watching the
writing
peripherals.
notes.
Yeah. Well, you never really, because you kind of been watching more or less kind of through.
Like John Malkoviching, right?
Yeah, but you're you never realized how soft Beakley is.
Yeah.
Just kind of petting. Yeah.
Just petting them and just like,
Beakley is super warm with you. Warmer than he's been in a hot minute. I'll say with your guys' 15, you clocked that as well. With your passive perception, I meant.
I'm just like scratching him like behind his little ears or whatever.
He's loving it. Loving it.
Yeah, pruning the feathers.
Loving it.
Behind his ears.
Yeah.
So is Beakley warming up to 7 a little differently than it was before? There was still a little bit of that.
So
Tension?
still a little bit of tension, but this is kind of almost like back square one. Like when he was like all lovey-dovey.
Broke even.
You've mentally broken him.
I wonder if
scary
Beakley
events
sensed
that
something
something's done to
different.
him.
You know.
He's just mind numb. No, so you guys go back to the valet and get you check your clothes back, your weapons back out, and
Oh, check.
what are you worried about, 7/Will? Nothing.
Your owlbear robe.
I had a coat.
Your owlbear robe.
But yeah, you guys, if nothing else, you head back out.
I mean, you javelin, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
What do you want to do?
Was Bookmaster next on the agenda?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we're going.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Let's
bud?
walk that way.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
You know, that was beautifully put, 7, but don't you ever try to therapize me. Don't, but that was beautifully put. Heads off.
Got any other words of wisdom for us there,
Well,
bud?
hmm?
What's going on?
No, I'm okay, I think.
Can I roll insight? Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Darren is literally going to reach up and grab Seven's chest plate and pull him down.
Hey, that's a
so that
nat
his
20, bud.
eyes, his eyes are
That's a nat
facing
20.
Man.
I'm also snapshotting that too.
There is something there. This isn't 7. This isn't 7. It's not 7.
Do I notice this now? Like the fact that Darren pulled 7 down, look him in
What
the
is
eye.
going on?
I mean, aside from O'Darren looking like he wants to kiss
no.
7, I don't know.
I want to make it clear. All I did was ask him if he had anything else to say, and if he was good. That's it. So whatever response he's given to me, I'm just like, okay. Yeah,
O'Darren,
cool.
it's more or less O'Darren's action of yanking him down.
Oh
That's
yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's literally with that reaction. I'll look at O'Darren like, like just do the eye, like, yeah, okay.
Something. What's wrong, Darren?
I'll just stare at him for a minute, and then I'll let him go,
Yeah.
and I'll go back to writing.
Yeah.
When you do that, I would even go to say like Will's probably just like, I don't even know what's going on, man.
Yeah.
Like this,
super general. I don't even know what's going on.
O'Darren,
I don't even know what's going on.
so
man. Like,
we're face to face.
yeah.
You say that O'Darren's eyes get big, and then go back to normal, and then he lets you go, and then he just writes in his book. Because at this point, he knows that is not 7.
I'm letting 7 take the lead in front, and then me and O'Darren will be behind him, and then those 3 can be up front as we move to.
I think I would have.
Yeah, don't expect me to take
seen
the
that
lead.
though. It was Darren
yeah.
like yank
You
him
would have
down.
seen him grab him down.
And look at him.
Get.
Come on, quit messing around. We have things to do.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say that you watched him grab him, and then like there was a moment, and then let him go. Just because you're all traveling with one another, and even Ren would have saw, because kind of what I said, Ren was pulling up the rear there.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, O'Darren kind of does weird things anyway.
Yeah.
True. I guess I would write it off.
Yeah.
But
Not only do you do weird things, but you also fawn over 7.
you want to know how I know that's Windows tone right
I
there?
do like to learn things about 7. So
So it's not out of the ordinary. Yeah, exactly.
With what you were saying though, as far as like don't try to therapize me, it would like I know like internally Will would be thinking just like it's like who was your upbringing like? Like how were your parents? Like
That's definitely a challenge. Like that.
were your emotions like always shot down as a child? Like
He says in his head, right? Okay. Oh my God.
Will's cover.
PvP in a situation.
Will's cover is just blown.
Emotional PvP going on here. I'd like to emotionally challenge Ren.
yeah.
I draw my hand crossbow.
If we have a campfire
out my
with
gun.
like Will and Ren, like I'm absolutely just like nice night out, right?
Did you ever sit out here with your parents?
You ever get sad?
All right.
No, this is just a precursor of what you get if you get Will as your counselor.
He sits by a campfire dressed as a robot just for you.
Yeah.
217-555-5555. Okay.
It's probably an insurance.
Look me up
number
online.
or a
It
car
probably
accident
really
right
is.
here. Yeah.
I cover most insurances.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, that's a shameless plug.
But not the one you have.
Yeah.
All of them. But not the one you have. Okay, so heading towards Sheehan's sector, the book maester, and yeah, we'll say that you traveling kind of through the city.
I think he'd love to talk to to Seven.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things kind of clicking now that you got more information from Harkanis. But yeah, unless there's anything you want to stop for, we'll say that you guys keep traveling straight there if you want.
I need like some spell component stuff, a couple specialized things, but we don't have to.
Yeah, we can say that there's probably, because some spell components are so generic, we can say that you grab the generic ones kind of as you go.
I'm
But
talking
if you
about
need
the
something
specialized
specific,
ones, but-
you need to go to a special, like an arcane shop, or you need to go to specifically the arcane sector for that.
Gotcha.
But
Heading there eventually.
Yeah. We'll
make
do-
a special
We'll
trip.
do
Oh,
walking
he
on
has a-
sunshine montage.
he has a purchase plan.
I know.
already.
He's just-
burning a hole in
His
his
ye
eye.
old Amazon wish list is
Yeah.
playing in his head right now.
We got to go buy more magic items.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna
didn't get it.
we're gonna do that, but let's go to
We
the
got-
Bookmeister first.
Yeah, Bookmeister first.
Will's like, man, we got nothing.
Yeah, we got nothing last time.
That gold
So-
is burning a hole in his pocket.
So you guys get to Temple of Sheehan, and there's another healthy contingent of guards, not just in front of the door, but around the building. Those with pikes, those with swords, some that don't look like they're wielding any weapons, more like clothed like a mage.
They're gonna take my firearm again, aren't they?
Yeah, you can pretty much expect that from any of these temples now, is they're going to want to take your
We're gonna
weapons.
Probably need to just invent a conceal.
A concealed carry?
Yeah, I have a feeling like one of those little ones that hides under a sleeve where you can just like pop it out like a Assassin's Creed blade.
You just have yield
walk in with
concealed
this
carry lessons.
A
or
trench coat
classes.
with bottomless sleeves.
Yeah.
So how does magic
Can I-
detection work
wait.
if you have
Can I
one
just-
magic
can I just
item
put
under
a bag
another
of
magic
holding in my
item?
sleeve? Hey,
So
Will. Will, can I just put a bag of holding in my sleeve?
Will?
What?
Will?
Hey, Will.
I think you can.
Just in my sleeve,
I allow
and so
it.
I can pop out a gun.
My gun actually is hidden up the sleeve.
So
Oh man.
there are ways to do that,
Oh,
Tony.
man. Oh gosh.
That is awesome, Eldon. And then Nathan had asked if, like, when it comes to like detection,
Struck me.
if your cloak is magical, the cloak would ping.
they'd wanna
Anything
check.
underneath, I mean, it's kind of everyone's own flavor. I've played in some games where people like that specific sector area of the cloak where there's
Yeah.
something underneath that glows a little bit brighter because it shows it's stacking, and some are just like
counter it.
it's because it's the cloak. So the cloak itself is the only thing that glows.
That's usually how I do it. If the item
Yeah.
itself is, then the entire. So like he would just light up his cloak would.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
yeah,
Yeah.
And that's kind of how whenever I imagine my characters when I play casting something like that. If there's a cloak, like if my character's looking at yours and you're wearing a cloak, I only see the cloak.
yeah,
I don't see anything else pinging underneath your
it's like
cloak.
a magic whiteout.
If you were to open your cloak, then I'll see it. But that's how I would perceive it whenever I imagine it. So because I'm the DM, that's how it is.
cool.
It's almost like an X-ray machine of like.
I may change it next round. I'm just kidding.
Once
You
you,
have
find
like
out
a
what
metal-
we're going to do, then you'll change it. Yeah.
I'm gonna nerf this because making millions of dollars in a
update,
day.
New update. Gold tooth doesn't work anymore.
Oh yeah, no, the gold tooth still works. I nerfed it a bit though because you need to be able. There has to be some sort of potential
Cavity.
repercussion. Yeah, exactly.
Gotta
It.
get root canal. Like,
Well, and my rationale was with overuse of anything, you could potentially wear down.
Like
That,
copies.
I mean, you gnash your teeth at night, you can wear down your teeth. So that's the rationale. If you just chew on coins all day long,
You're a barbarian with high constitution.
You're a
fine.
robot. You can mend your mouth.
so I thought of a way to break that further, but I'm not going to tell you.
He doesn't want us to fix it.
Nope.
All right.
So you get
made a
inside,
metal.
give up your weapons.
Yep.
yeah.
I'd say Will would probably even like
My
almost like
gun,
instinctively want to reach down to like take off my shoes like at an airport, and I'm like right, and like
You're like,
Just taking
first of all, you're like, oh, and then you're like, oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have
yeah,
feet. Per se.
The eyes slightly, and then back to normal. Nothing.
But yeah, you walk in, just the smell of old parchment and ink kind of hits your nose, walking into an old dusty library.
I'm gonna try and get a good little clip ahead, so I can say hi to the bookmeister and then just be like, "Hey, is he like there doing stuff?"
He is at a further back table, and the only way you know he's there is because there is also a lot of other scholars, and every now and again, like you hear him, and like they'll run off, and you catch a glimpse of him.
Without ruining our audio, I'm gonna low whistle, but I'm not gonna do it. Like Like do that, like the R2D2 kind of whistle, just to get his attention before everyone else is following up.
Sure. We'll say that it catches enough
I'm
of
like
us here.
speed walking up, and I'm kind of like nodding back, like, "Hey, why don't you keep an eye on Tin Man when he comes up?" Like
He doesn't know how to wink, so he goes, and he does the both eye thing.
perfect.
The both eye thing.
And then, like, as everyone else is coming up, like, "Hey, and well met. Hey, guys, I found him." And just kind of staring at him, like,
Hey.
Hello, all of you. And he just stares at Seven. How are you today?
Good.
Oh, God.
cool cadence.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do they know? Pointing to your friend.
I think he does.
I think that was a little obvious.
They all should know this is unfair. I mean, this is a risk. This is a potential liability. We know nothing about this.
Seven's
Good sir, good to see you.
I met you before.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
no.
yes, yes. No,
You don't even remember your own episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's why I was like, "Oh, we're going back to Bookmeister."
Okay.
pleasure.
Hi.
Yes, pleasure to see you once again. Yeah. Well, how
So
long?
you actually know who this is?
Yeah,
Yeah, we've talked.
It's
Okay.
7.
we met.
No,
We know
no.
it.
Hey guys,
Hold on.
no.
We
no,
don't
hey.
want to alarm the rest of you.
No,
but
seven's not
this
7 right now.
Is not
no,
7.
No. This is
And like
not
you
7.
see some of the other scholars just kind of like, huh? Like how
Record
Darren
scratch.
gets with his book. He's like,
Yeah.
oh hello. That's kind of more or less they stop and they're like they turn their heads and they just see 7. They're like, oh, it's just
It's the early 2000s.
7, the
record
anomalous
scratch.
thing already. We
Yep,
shouldn't
that's
really be
me.
a surprise.
We'll give them the
wonder
dirtiest
how-
look.
Bet you're
'cause
wondering
this
how I
is
got
my
here.
knowledge.
But yeah.
You really
So,
got
yeah.
shocked and fried, didn't you, Seven? That was.
No, it's not 7.
No,
It's not 7.
No.
No, that's Will.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't know a name. We just knew he wasn't 7.
Oh
yeah. Hi,
sorry, I'm sorry. This is your moment, I guess.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. No, it's fine.
Good to see you again. Yes.
So remember when I don't know how to.
You
calling
were
too many
7,
numbers.
but the number 1 fact.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Okay. When
Got you, boo. Note to self, and he looks back at one of the scribes. Boo does not fly, and you see him just like scratch off a word from a piece of
Correct. Does not slap. All right.
paper. No riz.
No riz. Check.
Oh, shizzle.
Psychic damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just took a D100.
Okay. Continue.
Sorry.
when Seven said that he had that voice in his head that would talk to him and stuff like that before, I mentioned that. That's me. Hello. I don't quite know how I got to this point of this is not my body. I have a different body. I don't know how to fully explain this. I'm sorry.
It's fascinating. He doesn't look like that.
At mention of the voice in his head, I immediately panic that I have a voice in my head, but it's just me talking to myself.
Panic, Ren and Banner. For you, there
Just
is
as a
a
thought. Like
okay because you've had a conversation with David before, but you've never really. Man, I'm gonna make you all
schizophrenic.
schizophrenic.
With me, I just have a voice in my head when I talk to myself.
Before you're all done with this game, you're gonna be schizophrenic. That is the motivation.
Too late. Too late.
That's not how that works, but okay.
Wow.
That's why I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor.
Fantasy schizophrenia.
I just play one on TV. Yeah.
Hey, Will, let's
Fantasy
get back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Schizophrenia. Okay.
Okay, robot Will.
I was thinking more of like dissociative identity, like split personality.
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
Let's go back to D&D.
Anyway.
DID&D.
Tell us how you're a robot.
So basically, long story short, hello. First of all, I haven't really said hi yet.
Hi.
I just have been here. Yeah. So recap of how I got to this point. As far as I know, so I had a audition for a play at the Hoagland in Springfield. You probably don't know where that is. That's
There is no Springfield. I've checked.
yeah. Okay.
Good. Okay. He's going back. I'm going back in my notes, earlier pages, and I'm like, I'm not seeing anything of this. Like,
I was
fact
with
check.
I was with a group of other guys. We all had to do like a reading of a script, and next thing I know, I'm in like this limitless void inside Seven's head. Occasionally, I've taken control. Seven's in control most of the time. Last time I really felt like I was in control with the bookmaster over here.
We had a good conversation. It was good.
And you didn't tell us?
What other guys?
What I mean, it wasn't my information to tell him.
Before he answers that,
Yes.
write down those names because there's some question as to maybe sharing knowledge of who the names are. I don't know.
Why do you say that?
There is power in a name. I will tell you that. There is power.
Yeah, like Lehndrys.
O'Darren's going to hand his notebook and
Yes.
quill to Seven.
I'm probably just
Have you ever used a quill before,
I was
Will?
going to ask.
We've established that he can't read or like write. It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was about to say, because I was like, okay, well, he can't write.
You
So if
you
he
write
starts
in
writing-
English.
Like-
First of all, you puncture through the paper, the parchment first, because
course.
you don't know the level.
So Ren, I know you questioned Jack and his knowledge of some of the names. And
Wait, who?
and
Yeah.
I think did he? All right, out of character. Did he reveal that to us? I talked with him about it, but
I don't know if you've talked to the group about
I don't
it.
think so either. I
never
have
mind.
no memory of
We've
this.
discussed that. So
I don't
just-
think
good
any
point.
of us. I don't think any of us have really talked about what happened
Anyway,
when we
so-
were out.
Rewind.
Especially not
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
so Ren, I know you had some.
outed.
Yeah, well, you had some questions
Everyone
about
stopped and we're like, okay.
Jack.
Will and certain things.
Jack
And I
was Jack within the group with me before I went. If it's the same Jack.
Wait, what?
Jack sounds like a pretty common name.
Write the names.
Write the names down. Don't
I
don't
I want to
state
see
them.
him right. Yeah, let's see.
You
let's
write
see
in
him right.
proper English,
Yeah.
which to them is Greek.
That blows my mind already. I was like, I've tried to get him to write.
I think this is a different language than what you guys technically
So when we
know.
look, we can't see it.
It's common. I mean, common's
Comprehend languages. Who
Well,
has
it's like
this?
ye old English, right?
According to D&D, there is you can find the script online for common, but it does not look like English.
Oh, okay. So so we can't read it.
No.
Comprehend
As
languages.
soon as I see that this is a language that I don't know, I'm gonna pull out my book. And
I was
start
gonna say,
casting
is it the same as your
comprehend languages. No.
How crazy!
See, I could try to teach you English, but basically the rules are that there's no rules, even though they say there's rules.
I need 10 minutes.
Okay.
Fight Club. No, just kidding.
Yeah, we all know about Fight Club. We're just not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, confession. So
Yeah, hey,
When
if
I was-
anybody has something big to drop right now, let's just do it.
when I was poisoned, I had a similar.
Everyone, for a moment, they are trying to kind of do some investigation on the whole situation
room.
with the Grand Rose. So we're going to go to this little antechamber.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes. So he escorts you over there, and yeah, it is a closed off room.
Sorry.
It's just I don't want them being
Distracted?
beguiled by scientific discovery, because that's kind of my thing. So what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So he wrote
Realize
the
all of a
names
sudden
down.
that a long range communication spell might be useful here. I'm just gonna
Which
keep
I have,
casting
actually.
comprehend languages.
So when I was under the impact of the poison,
Yeah.
I had a similar instance.
You had
There-
another person in your head?
Well, no, but I had an encounter with someone else. I had maybe a fever dream a few nights earlier, and this person was there. His name was David. And then
David.
when I was under the impact or the effect of this poison, I actually had a conversation with him.
Okay.
And he mentioned something similar to this, but he didn't talk too much about what you're speaking of, Will.
Jack and David were both in the group. I knew David from before as well. He's
Fascinating. And he scribbles away like O'Darren does in his book.
I wasn't sure if it was just yet another fever dream, but now I'm beginning to question. It was very similar to what you described.
Ren, you hear Jack in your head just wait. So Will's talking, but I don't get to talk? Let me talk.
Was there a
Rude.
on that list? You know all the
And
names.
actually, and so
Yeah.
Banner's
Was
going
there
to
a
try internally only, of course, but to reach out to
Rolling.
David and be like, "Can you hear me?"
Give me a roll. Let me figure out what I want you to roll on that.
Will check. David check.
Give me an insight on yourself.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, hey, these
yeah.
non-combat nat
full of
20s.
insight.
Non-combat nat 20s. Let's
I'm
go.
getting you to waste them.
Yeah. I said the ones
We're
for
gonna
combat.
get deep in this now.
Snapshot that one too.
And then the city dies.
Everyone dies tonight. So, what do you throw out to the ethers? Do you say internally,
saying,
outwardly? What are you doing?
David, can you hear me? Do you know what? Do you hear what's going on around me? Are you there?
It's very
David.
faint at first. Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you normally able to?
As of late, yes.
Do you, from where you're from, were you with others?
Yeah, there
Before you came to where you're
were.
at now.
There was myself and 6 others, five guys, and this girl.
Do you know names? Give me some of those names.
I think I had been a will because I've gone to my son is friends with him, and they play Starfinder, and everything. Starfinder, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. If I'm gonna get meta, I want to get meta correctly.
That was like amazing. You pulled that up.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. Do you recall any other names? It's important.
I didn't know any of the others personally, but Jack rings a bell.
All right. Stand by.
Okay.
I love how I would just love to imagine you just saying this out loud and all right, stand by, and then just continuing talking to us.
So I think there is some connection here.
Okay.
I think David was part of your group.
You
He's confirming some things.
Yeah.
Are you a Starfinder? Is that a title of yours or something?
do you,
Wes is
I'm
way too
curious,
happy
Will, in
about
real
this.
life, do you get ever embarrassed or kind of ashamed when you bring up your TTRPG playing?
Yeah. And it just
It is showing right now, buddy.
You are beat red.
They don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
And
Is
you're
that-
embarrassed about it.
But is that your title? Where you are from?
it's a game that I played.
nerd.
What did you say, Jack? No.
Well, I was about to say, Jack is just like, oh, Starfinder.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dope.
It's a game that I played with David's son. Actually, it's how I do David. It was a game that you'd play, kind of like a storytelling sort of game. But yes, the game was called Starfinder.
I was looking forward to you mansplaining TTRPGs, but I think we're good.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, was Will able to write all of the names?
He said he did. That's why I was.
So he wrote in English, and I just confirmed that the common, the characters used for common are nothing like.
Yeah, so it's a different language.
Right.
Like their capital
He
A is
came
like a
up with them
backwards
all,
C
right?
almost, but
Was he able to write all of our names?
he was. I will say that he wrote. Well, because you at least would have heard of, or you would have probably heard each other's names in the
I would have
theater
heard each
between
other's
Will
name. I
and
probably wouldn't
Andy.
have known.
But
Yeah,
you
wouldn't have known
three,
me. Yeah.
for Nathan and Tony and for Jack, probably not. Aside from hearing Jack's name, or I mean, give me an intelligence, straight intelligence roll.
Okay.
So use your modifier on.
You have a skill sheet?
Oh. I feel like my intelligence
Use
is a lot higher than
sevens. Use sevens stats. 8.
This is going in time.
I mean, you remember that there were names written on each of the papers and the chairs, but it's been so long. It's kind of like trying to remember everything that's written on a
Over a
kiosk as
year,
you
man.
drive by. It's nearly impossible. But yeah, I'll say that you wrote down probably David, Will, Andy, Jack. That's probably as far as you got.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you 2 others.
Yeah. And I probably would like write down like there were 2 people I don't know their names, but they were there.
So comprehend languages will kick in at some point.
Yeah.
Do we got any other?
Once it does, you're able to read it and you're like, oh, okay.
That just confirms.
Yeah.
My eyes just turn into leaves. Like my pupils just look like leaves. It's
That's
interesting.
All
Concerning.
right. Do we have anything else? Like, Eldon, are you like a kobold under there? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. As far as I know, I'm me. But as far as I knew, he was 7. Now he's Will. I don't know. I don't know. I need a drink. Is what Eldon needs.
I'm sorry, I don't quite remember your name, but
Need you wine?
were you able to talk to David?
I was, but it was difficult. He was at a distance.
Is he okay? 'Cause I haven't had any contact with these guys since.
He seemed to be trapped in a room, a strange dimensional chamber. Didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
He pulled me through when I was poisoned, but then I think when the poison was cured, I left and he did not.
Yeah, sounds like David.
I'm not sure what that means, but anyway, all right.
I don't like being confused.
Darren
from the
Are
other
you
side of
getting
the room.
anything from all of this?
So there's a David and there's not a David for you, Banner. And then, so is there any one for you, Ren? I think there's illusions. Is there? Do you have another woman in your head?
Yeah, there's a guy in my head that
There's a guy.
talks, but I'm quite literally the product of a blood curse in my lineage. So
Oh, that might check out.
this could very well be the effects of poison or
I mean,
a blood
it's
curse.
also no coinky dink that if we have 3 people here who have people talking to them that aren't them.
We also have a 4th name,
Yes.
and the mystery thickets.
But why are we believing these things at face value?
Well, I'm going to vouch for Will here, because I kind of dove in Seven's mind and met Will, who is in and of itself a separate entity. I'm not sure if it's and talking about you, Will, in the third person in front of you. Not sure if it is a malevolent entity or not. The jury's still kind of out, but yeah.
How did you reach into his mind?
I have magical abilities that allow me to do so.
We are in a fantasy world
Well,
of magic.
Well, it's not
Says
fantasy
Tony.
for us.
Fantasy?
Tony, is that you?
I'd be interested in seeing if you could reach this David. Perhaps not now.
I-
You're
I-
possibly busy, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm extremely intrigued. Don't get me wrong. Do you all have like 10 minutes? It's gonna be a 10-minute cat. And he looks at his like fantasy watch.
We're waiting for a J. Emberborn.
A fantasy watch?
Fantasy watch.
What it's called?
It's a
It's a
sundial.
Folex, a fake Rolex, a fantasy Rolex, a Folex.
It's a sundial.
Game recognized.
And he just he uses sunlight to. Man, that'd be terrible.
Whatever time you want. You
Every
just move them
every
right
5 minutes, just sunlight.
Instantly judge that watch inferior.
No, it's a clockwork watch. No,
I'm saying it's inferior.
about 10 minutes. But we'll say, are you sitting for 10 minutes while he does this too?
I'm gonna be watching Will.
Okay.
O'Darren is going to turn to 7 or Will, and he's going to be like, 7, Will, 7, Will, can you do this? He's going to light fire in his hand.
I'm going to say that you as Will have, since you are in Seven's body, have all the access to abilities that Seven has access to.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna be like, I don't think so, and like I'm gonna like try to do it and be like,
Fascinating.
not really for sure. There's another part I need to be doing.
I need a whole nother book for this guy. And just start. No magic. Okay.
I am running out of
While
room
that's
in this
happening,
book.
actually, Ren's gonna just go wait outside of the temple.
Sure, that's fine. Say that almost kind
all
of
the way
looking
out
out
the
for
tent?
Jay. Okay.
It's getting too.
Heavy.
Meta. Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm
We'll work
getting
on
that.
you.
There's too many people metaing. No, well, so for about 10 minutes, he does like kind of put like the two finger, like I don't want to say instant transmission.
He's touching his
from
third
Goku,
eye.
but
Yeah,
like
Piccolo.
touching the temple of his head, and he touches the temple of yours banner. But after about 10 minutes, like you see both the Bookmaster and Banner kind of stiffen, so they're standing more upright, kind of almost using this reach across as like a bridge to hold themselves up. But David. Man, there's too much meta. You're right. But David, so you are in this expanse. When you pulled Banner through, when you both went through this gate, he was not with you. Like you physically pulled him through, but he was not with you when you went back through. You are kind of in this rolling meadow. I mean, for Banner, not unlike the fields of tranquility south of Egernesia or south of Volkstad, but
Centennial Hill.
rolling hills. It's Centennial Hill, the one hill.
hill.
Here in Springfield, Illinois, Centennial Park.
The one and only.
The one and only. You see some mountains kind of in the distance. It's honestly a very generic setting. You try and walk any direction. You can walk for however long, and it doesn't seem to change the distance from you to the mountains, or even if you walk towards them, still kind of maintains the same distance. There's this kind of crackle in the air, and man, I had the sound in my head, but the sound of wood splintering, not like an immediate, but like as it's like being pulled and splintering as it goes, that crack, 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 crack sound it starts to make. You hear that, and a tear appears in front of you, and this claw comes through. A second claw and kind of parts it a bit more as this large lizard-like thing comes through, kind of gold, little patinaed over time.
David says, shit, lizard man.
No, the lizard folk are different. I am dragonborn, thank you very much. It'd be wise to disassociate the two. Thank you very much.
All right.
So, are you this, David?
Yeah, that's me.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so, I mean, nice to meet you. Do you know a Will?
I do. He was with my group before.
Okay.
Before I came here.
Okay, that checks out. Okay, good.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Bookmaster Taylorlock. I am occupying your shared headspace at the moment. Headspace, not hairspace, headspace.
Cool.
Felt I had to specify for the recording because I was mumbling my words. But yeah. So long story short, you are in the head of a man named Banner.
Okay.
An upright man, worships Brexana. She's a goddess. I'm sure you've heard of her. Anyway, and then Will is inside of this metal man named Seven. Don't know if there's actually seven, might be more. Definitely at least as many as seven. Yeah, so what can you tell me about how you came to be? Are you from this Springfield? Is this it? And he's like looking around.
This is not it. I am from Springfield. It's where I live. I gone to try out for a play or kind of participate in a play, and we were kind of reading off some script. It was sounded almost like an incantation. Maybe it was now that I think about it.
So you know magic.
Well, no, I was reading something that sounded like magic, but I can't cast. We don't have magic where I'm from, at least not that I'm aware of.
What?
Yeah, no. Anyway,
What got?
at the end of reading this, it seemed like that's when I landed here. And this place, it doesn't seem to change. It's odd. And all of this would be really cool if I wasn't concerned about my family and what's going on in my real life. Like, am I dead or what?
Oh yeah, I didn't even ask Will about that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, interesting. Well,
And I kind of want to know how to get home. Like,
yeah,
back to my world.
I would suspect that'd be a concern of yours. So we're gonna do a little trial and error here. Since you can't do magic, we're gonna kind of rely on myself here. Okay. I don't even know what to do. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of new for me myself.
Sure. Same here. Yeah.
I don't know if 7 was smacked Will loose or what. There was there was incoherent babblings about shocked and whatnot before we kind of settled on a decision on what to do. So we're gonna see if you can come back with me the way I came in.
All right. It's worth a shot.
I have no clue if this is gonna work. I'm gonna be completely honest.
So do I just...
Best case scenario, you are going to come with me and we're going to, I guess, share headspace with this banner.
Oh, I thought that's where I was already.
Well, I don't know where this is at all.
Oh,
I've
I
touched
see.
a head,
Okay.
and I assume we're in a head, but I don't know. I've
right,
never.
all right.
This is new.
Oh, that's good.
I guess best case scenario, you have a timeshare with this body. Worst case scenario, you cease to be, which then your worries are taken care of.
Yeah, that's worst case. Yeah. I'll give it a go, I guess.
You are surprisingly calm, cool, and collected. My guy.
I really kind of want to see. I don't want to see David in a life or death situation. But now that I've seen this, I'm curious.
Eerily calm, cool.
Okay,
and
let's do this then. He does his incantation. You hear that kind of that wood splitting kind of sound as that tear forms again, and he kind of grabs one side. And do you mind kind of grabbing the other and kind of pulling? It'd be a lot easier with two people.
Why not?
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna
do with my left hand because I'm right-handed. Yeah, just in case.
That's fair. I'm a righty too, but I'm kind of, since I'm on the right side of it, I have to pull with the right. So that's kind of how it happens.
The other side.
Okay. So I'm gonna
get chopped off or anything. All right.
No, and I'm gonna make you go first, and I'm gonna follow. That way, there's no like trickery. I'm not gonna,
This time.
So there's not any trickery. You go first.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, it's either a worst case or a best case scenario, so it's gonna happen. For me, I'm definitely getting out of here.
Okay.
But
Yep.
okay. Do you have a last name?
Nika.
Nika. Okay, David Nika.
Greek for
Okay.
victory.
Oh, okay. Well, Brexana War. We'll go into this later. Okay.
cool.
So,
All right.
all right. 1, 2, and 3. And he kind of like,
And
it's
yes.
more one of those that like he's like right up on you, pushing through.
He pushes you in.
Get off me. Get off. No.
I need you to roll a D10 of psychic damage.
Oh no.
Ooh, 9.
Now give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 23.
Okay. So what happens is you take the damage no matter what, full damage. But this was, Taillock begins to move again. And he just says, let him through. With 23, I'm going to say it's completely entirely up to you. Do you want to listen to Master Taillock? You're starting to get this pressure in your head. Do you want to let it happen or no?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So as the splitting headache, migraine, like front, back, all of your head is just a giant migraine headache. It's just every source of light is just pain. but there does now exist more of this duality, like it was similar to Will and Seven before. David's in the back seat, watching, hearing, can't make anything happen as far as we know of at this moment. But you can have active dialogue now with David, much like how Jack and Ren have. Gotcha. Will and Seven, not so much. There's still kind of this partition, but they can't converse with one another, but apparently there can be some body swapping. Invasion of the Body Snatchers going on. Yeah.
All right.
So I think it worked out. Is David in there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
He says he's here.
Oh, great. Okay. Good news, you're not dead, David.
That is good news. He says that's good news. That he's not. I don't know how that wouldn't be good news. I suppose so.
Oh boy. Hi, David. It's Will. Obviously not the body that you recognize me under. But
we're 2 hours in at this point.
Yeah,
that's Will.
I'm saying we're 2 hours into
Will?
that 6.
Yes. Hi.
This is hard. Yes, it's Will. Cool. Okay. Wow, I don't even know what to say now.
Huh?
He doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, me neither, really. I mean,
it's Echo.
This was what I was concerned about.
Yeah.
I am trusting you all enough that
this is at least I will
we can
say
end this
for
now.
his sake because of the like straight accent,
Yeah.
not just the infliction. It's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Whoo boy.
So what we'll say is that for right now, for our sanity,
Yes.
if you could just say whatever, when you speak, you are speaking for David.
Yeah.
Instead of him,
Yeah,
like
got
he
it.
said this, like, okay, fair enough.
Unless there's an obvious switch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will let you know if there needs to be an obvious switch. But okay.
All right.
Well, I'm kind of 2 for 2. I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's impressive. Yeah, that's a good parlor trick.
Well, thank you for that. I hope it turns out well. He could be a demon, and now I've just possessed myself.
He seemed like a pretty cool guy, kind of trusting. Calm in the face of danger and unlimited peril.
It kind of already sounds like you. Look at that.
His last name is Nika, which is Greek. Never heard of a Greek before.
Greek to
for victory. And I don't know if there's a coincidence there between you and your patron goddess Rexana. That's something that we can theologize about.
It might be in the original dream where I saw him. We were fighting alongside each other. We were on the same side. So perhaps he represents my victory. Yes. I shall see it that way.
Then a good omen for you, sir.
Yes.
Well done, both of
I'm
you.
gonna close this book.
Internal high
walk
five.
out.
That's great.
This is enough.
Thank you.
I'm very
Yes.
confused.
You want me to poke around? Oh, you're not even there anymore, Ryan. You left.
not
You
in
left.
there.
Otherwise, he was going to poke around.
How about how's that look going for that poison?
Oh, unfortunately, I've made gains.
Unfortunately,
It is being found to be used more often now by a group of assassins, mercenaries known as the Fangs.
okay.
They seem to have a connection of some sort in every major city, but Andorra has apparently seen more of their ilk there. So that is...
So wait, so there's an element of it here in town?
I would have to assume.
Okay.
I have tried to exhaust my information with the blades, and I've come up with that essentially.
I know our friend told us that it was I guess Sleeping Beauty. It was an old like war crime poison back in the day. I don't know if you already knew that.
That would make sense. That's a very apt description.
So I don't know if that rings any bells.
Anything else did your friend tell you about this?
No.
Well, I mean, again, there is a power in names, so that might actually help with research. That thank you for that. Any other lasting side effects that you all have endured? Those of you that were infected, anything? Bumps, rashes, breakouts, multiple personalities. I was kidding.
I don't know how to check.
No, I don't think so. Right?
Oh, okay.
Well, he didn't even get poison.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, Will,
yeah.
you didn't get poison.
It would have, it would have been, it would have been.
That's this side of the table.
Yeah, Tony, David, and
So
Jackie.
I mean, so the fact that he's got something and you got something, I mean, that right there.
I mean, like, I remember I got hit by, but like I was here before that happened too.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
that
how
I
far-
was there. I can validate that,
How
man.
How far back we talking then?
First time we stopped at Volkswagen.
Yes, so it would have been
time?
1, 2, 3, about 3 weeks ago. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, I wasn't in control the whole time, but, like, that's the first time that I entered this body, like, fully.
So where were you before? I mean, in between when you left your own world.
Yeah, not when you were
and
riding back seat.
When you met.
Or were you somewhere?
So Will, it was the spell happened, and then the next thing you remember is Taillock.
Okay.
That there is a gap for you.
Okay. There wasn't really an in between at all.
Okay.
Like, I was in my own world, and then I was in this body beating Haylock here.
Okay. Okay then.
But speaking of which, I apologize. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. Do you have any new any information on the eyes in the darkness? They're kind of looking out there, but I thought I'd ask you point blank if you knew anything.
I don't think so.
Not that I'm aware of.
Fair enough. Just exhausting.
No, you're good.
Possible avenues.
Yeah, they're hitting us up to try and find out more stuff. So.
Oh, wonderful. Wonder. He's a wise man.
Did we tell him about everything that?
Yes, Eldon.
We just did.
I did. Yes.
Oh, with the Song Dragon.
Yeah.
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
That they are.
Wanting
should.
to. Are we wanting to?
That previously, the Fangs were a more mercenary in nature, more thieves guild-ish, I guess, and are leaning more towards the removing of humanoid obstacles, if you know what I'm saying. More of the assassinatory purview.
That's not right. That's new.
He just kind of looks at you like stroking his beard and be like, his scaly chin. Do you know something, Eldon?
Yes. Not here.
What? Huh?
You're saying you don't know it?
So,
right here?
what are the conditions of which you will talk to me? Because I mean, I can make them happen.
You can make it happen, baby.
I guess we can let you have
yes, I can make this room.
You don't have people in the walls, do you? I mean, that was kind of cool.
People in the walls.
Never mind. Don't worry about it. It's all right. This is not.
Roll an insight check.
Say this is not the craziest thing you've heard today. I would say. You said what was
Insight.
Insight. Okay.
People in the walls. That's a '90s reference.
It's just 7.
People on the walls. What? That's crazy. That's a crazy notion. Why would you? What? He would never.
She's changed accent and everything.
No, that's just the general notion you're feeling like what? It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Come on.
Crazy
kids.
You crazy hoodlum. And, I can like soundproof this thing in a jiffy.
Yes.
Done. All right, give me a moment. And he just kind of walks over to the door. He just leads out. Everyone, go away. Earmuffs. just a moment. And you just hear kind of like the trudging of feet like out, and then you hear ka-choom of the main doors. And all he basically did was tell people to leave.
Did Ren hear that?
Yeah, it worked.
Did you hear him do that?
He's outside.
Yeah,
the door.
you see,
So you see all these people just leave.
and then the doors close, and people are like, he told us to leave. He told us to leave, so we're hanging out.
I was
but
out looking at bugs.
you leave. Everyone else leave. Like he says to go, we got to go.
So did you make us leave too?
Yes, I want everyone with you except for the bookies.
Yeah. I thought he was talking about us too.
I assumed that we were okay.
That's. Do you mind? I mean,
No.
All right, so do we need to like really leave?
no. Well, your characters leave the room.
I don't know.
No, it's fine. We'll catch up in a moment. You can just hang out, talk amongst yourselves, tell stories. We're gonna pause right there and take our break before we get into that, and then we'll come back with Eldon and Bookmeister Taylorlock. So we will see you back in a minute. cord. Okay, so coming back from break. So, Eldon kicked everyone else out of the room, and then Taylock kicked everyone out of the church, not understanding what you said by in private.
That's yeah, he can.
So give me just a moment, and he mutters some incantations, and he kind of like seals off the room essentially.
Okay.
As the last people are leaving the temple, it goes deafeningly quiet inside the church itself. So you have information on the fangs?
Yes, I was once a fang. That's why I had them leave. I don't know how they would trust an ex-thief.
Okay. That makes it's much more plausible. But I will enjoy hearing your story to them later about why you kicked them out. So,
Think of something.
fair enough. So, as a former fang, are you aware of this poison? How long ago were you a fang? Where were you a fang?
Years ago, the poison was not of use to us. We never used poison. We were mostly mercenaries, taking things of value from others, but never any sort of complex poison.
You said it was years ago?
Oh, maybe not years ago.
And if you don't mind me asking, where were you? I'm not going to ask you for names or anything, but where were you based out of?
I can't remember.
That's fair. We will have to look into that then.
Yes, we will.
There may be a flashing of a name across the screen right now.
I saw something.
So the things must have been using it, just you were not high up enough to know about it. We're not privy to the jobs in which it was utilized.
I would think I was privy. I was pretty high up.
Well,
From what happened was there was a snafu on a heist. Most of the people with me were killed. I was spared, and was basically forced against my will to be a spy for the crown.
give me a second here, Eldon. Quit sending your messages, Tony. So you have been at the Crown's mercy of Basia. You've been at the Crown's mercy for about the last 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5, okay.
So it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Sorry, I had to pull up your little
No, that's fine. I
background
forgot. I needed to look it up too.
It's been about 4 or 5 years since you were strictly a blade. So in that amount of time, very well could have been utilized. But so while you were there, it was not a thing.
It was not a thing.
Okay, so that we get a general time frame here then. Somewhere between the last 3 and 4-ish years, they started utilizing this, okay? And then you don't know, you don't remember where you were kind of based around or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Damn.
What did you find out?
Oh, simply that it was being used by the Blades. I was not told any more specifics for that. I think in terms of wanting to protect their own contacts. Cowards. But I can't. Shouldn't expect much out of thieves and murderers. No offense to an ex-thief.
None taken.
Fair enough.
I've been looking for some.
Do you have anyone within the Blades or the Fangs I might still be able to reach to? Or a name I can say in order to not necessarily curry favor, but ask around about?
I would start with Finnegan. Finn Lockwood.
Finnegan Lockwood. Finn, for short. Okay. You see him kind of muttering as he writes that down. Anything else?
If you find him, let me know.
Well, unless he's responsible for the murder of the Grand Rose, in which case I think you'll be the second one after the Archpriest to know.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay, actually, it's pretty quiet in here. I like this. This is nice. do me a favor. Give me like 10 minutes before you tell everyone to come back in, just because like it's nice to read in silence. It's nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to just stay here for 10 minutes?
Oh no, you can go out if you want, but I mean like it's quiet in there, so I'm gonna enjoy just kind of getting stuff done without being asked a million questions for like 10 minutes. That'd be great. Okay. But yeah, you head out and like all the scholars and everything, they're just kind of like standing outside, just like, I don't know, he just told us to leave and everything. I don't know. You come out and like, oh, can we can go back in now? We're good?
10 minutes. He said he needed 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. Okay. Bookmaster's just having himself a day, just enjoying reading a book in silence. But,
Nice.
Yep, about 10 minutes later, they all come back in. They all go back in and everything, but, yeah, is there anything else anyone want to go back in to ask Paylock anything before you head out?
Did we tell him about the whole, dragon deal?
No, you did not.
Oh.
Should we?
I'm not sure.
So this is the conversation we're having while they're
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we should. I think she probably needs some time in secrecy for right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ren,
Let her
did
reveal
you leave
herself.
like a fingernail in there?
No.
I thought you would have. That would be a good retcon.
Oh, that would have been cool.
He wouldn't. Yeah. He
No. Okay, well, you said, Darren, you said you did have that name, right?
Yes.
On where?
Car.
Yep. That's where we're gonna. That's that shady bird. Remember?
Why are we going to see the shady
'Cause
bird?
the shady bird's gonna know about the fangs.
I don't. The fangs.
Yeah.
I was out here.
Oh, I'm so sorry, man. So you missed a lot. So David's now in his noodle. So there's David swimming around in there now.
My condolences.
Yep. We're all just deeply saddened.
If he could shut up every now and again, it'd be all right.
Yep.
I'm sorry. And it gets quiet.
But
I, for one, would like to hear more of somebody from my own world.
The fangs.
yeah,
Please.
yeah, no, that's what I was trying to say. We found out that poison for us three and the animals and stuff was going on by the fangs. And they said that there's an element of that here in town.
And where are the fangs?
I don't know. That's why we're going to go see the shady bird and ask him or her. It. I couldn't remember what the gender was.
She.
She. Okay, cool. I didn't want to misgender.
Didn't
yeah.
say where they were based
Oh,
at? Just-
androgynous,
No,
but more
and
feminine
that's the whole
features.
thing. If we can find more information out, we can get it figured out and find out about this poison. Because, like I said, I think that the coincidence that it's showing up around here in town, like, come on now. So we got something, and we might find more information about what's it called, Blades in the Dark. And I mean, she only likes to trade in secrets, and I mean, we got a good amount right now between the new city or Weeping City opening back up,
And so Eldon is just in there alone talking
apparently
about...
Eldon wanted to kick us out. Yeah, so I have no idea, but I trust Eldon with my life. No, I'm just kidding.
Your face says otherwise.
Yeah, but yeah, no. I mean, I don't know what else anybody else has to go about. I mean, between David and Will.
Weren't we waiting for Jay Emberborn?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
we're doing that too. I'm just saying that like we just need we can hit up that bird whenever.
And I'd say that while you were out watching, like this is a good stretch of road, but I would say that kind of around passing through the center, I would say that you see a large contingent of soldiers that pass by at one point. But we're talking about half mile, if not a little bit further away from where you guys are at. So it's not like you can identify readily that's Jay, but from what the Archpriest said, traveling with a huge entourage, it's fair to assume.
We'd hear her barking out orders.
A half mile away, maybe.
She's loud.
Are you assuming her loudness?
She was when we were there.
She was.
Yeah, I was saying, she was barking out orders and about posture and then yelling at Hiccup.
What a brave man.
What an honorable warrior.
Man.
But yeah, so that's my 2 cents.
Should we
that's what I'm
not
saying.
question Eldon when he gets back? I mean,
If he thinks he doesn't want to share it with us, then obviously it's, hey. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm not questioning you on why you came outside for 10 minutes. Right?
I think those aren't comparable situations.
I mean, we
We're
started
talking about the
open up-
things with the poison.
We started to open up minds, and all of a sudden you dip out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm saying everyone so far has done something a little bit suspective.
Our minds have nothing to do with what's happening in the city. The poison.
I mean, quite frankly, we don't know if the poison is with the city or not, but we don't know. That's all I'm just saying. But for Eldon, I mean, if he doesn't want to tell us, when he comes out, we'll ask him. But like, if he doesn't want to tell us, he doesn't want to tell us. He doesn't owe us the truth about anything. So.
And who knows? Maybe they were in there just talking shop.
No, they aren't. He didn't talk to him last time at all. Literally, period.
Glass half
didn't.
empty, Felix.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I seem to remember a certain wintry Odarin.
Yeah, cold shoulder.
Not right now.
Right now, yeah.
That was so last week.
Right.
Yeah, new season.
literally
new
was.
Season.
Hold it in the garage.
Yeah, new season. Who dis? That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't even know.
Season.
I think we're all focusing on each other's past mistakes instead of our future.
What did I say, Seven?
Hey, yeah.
What did I say?
Hey, Kumbaya. I think Seven needs to come back out.
Oh, jeez. Oh, about 3-4
need
minutes,
to
Eldon
find-
walks out just to add more to this tense
We need
situation.
to find a donut. We need to find a donut and bring Seven back out. Jeez.
Oh man, no, that's gonna keep Will here a lot longer, man.
You know about donuts?
Oh, I know about donuts.
Oh, do they have donuts in your world?
Oh yeah, they're really good.
It's like, yeah,
yeah. Of course they
Yeah,
are.
you ever been? So
They're
they don't have like a
universally
mellow
good.
cream here.
We can
A
all
Dunkin'
agree.
Donuts, a sponsorship from either in this world.
Yeah.
No,
We can all agree that donuts are good in every world.
'Cause
That's
America
the one
runs on
universal
Dunkin'.
constant.
America runs on Dunkin', but Igrenesia runs on Seven Heaven.
777.
What's America?
Yeah, what's America?
Oh,
Eagle screech.
Eldon walks in right at this moment.
All right, cool. He's
Did you
here.
say eagle scream?
I did say Eagle Screech.
I can't. I don't want to ruin the audio. Be attempting it. Yeah, that's a seagull. Actually, that's
a
not-
single tear
It's-
fall from Seven's eye. He goes freedom.
Oh no! Oh no!
not
Eldon
free.
walks out.
Yeah.
Eldon walks out.
What's up, guys?
Hi,
Hey.
buddy.
What secrets were you trying? Okay.
I like how the guy that
Hey,
just popped up is accusatory.
Hey, Ren. I didn't know it would be any faster that I immediately side with you now. You have no secrets, huh?
The name sounded familiar. He did one of those head things with me and didn't find anybody.
Insight.
Insight. Yeah, I'm an
Insight.
Roll a
insight.
deception, Eldon.
I think we're all checking that one.
Jesus.
No, I see.
Watch you all roll one.
Oh, wow.
One.
Not a 1, but a 5.
That's a 1.
9.
I get nothing.
I got an 11.
Skills and
You got
8.
13.
22.
Oh.
Our
Wow,
inquisitor.
you
our
didn't find
inquisitor
anything
over
in your
here.
head?
Whispers.
impressed.
Okay, so everybody, D&D Beyond. Oh,
Our wishful,
this brought to you by Mandy
our wishful
Patinkin, who
sponsor.
will find your father.
Man,
You will prepare
Oh,
to
no.
we will prepare to die.
die. He's lying through his teeth, man.
So, Eldon. We've been traveling for maybe 3.5 weeks now.
Yeah.
And we've been implicated in, this whole poisoning thing.
we've been implicated. We're just being involved in.
We've been envenomated. We've been dragged into a mess with political intrigue. And I think if you are traveling with me, you should be honest.
Being honest.
Okay, Eldon. I pull out my crossbow.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Didn't I say something earlier about PvP?
What's going on?
I've traveled with liars before, and I'm not going to sit through another person lying to my face.
The guards see you pull your crossbow. Wait. And are instantly at the ready. They see that you're pointing at Eldon, so they're more confused, but still ready.
Right. We've got this. We're all right.
Take it away from me.
Yeah.
Take it away from me.
All right. Let's move out.
It's symbolic.
Just sidesteps. Holding
I'm not holding the heavy
Ren.
crossbow, it's the hand.
Oh, okay.
Darren is going to grab Eldon's shoulders and just kind of push him. Let's just walk away.
Okay, you're good.
From a distance.
We literally moved 5 feet. I'm kidding.
Okay, you're good.
It's outside of his
the
jurisdiction.
line.
This is Monty
That's the line.
Python distance, though.
Yeah.
Outside of his jurisdiction, so we're okay.
1 minute it's 30 feet away. The next it's 100. And after that, it's 2 feet. Okay.
What's the average flight speed of a European swallow? Anyway.
Of an unladen European swallow.
Unladen.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I missed one word.
Oh yeah, you've got a crossbow pointed at you.
Let's calm it down. Calm it down.
No. I think we need to figure this out.
Well, but I don't think we need to be shooting at each other.
Well,
I agree, but looking at this from a symbolic gesture.
Don't therapize me right now. 7.
Crossbow changes direction.
I am proud of you setting your boundaries. Continue. Okay, no.
I have 2 for a reason.
2 for a reason.
Truth for truth. That bird in that encounter belonged to somebody that I traveled with.
You mean that actual bird?
the bird that attacked us?
Very familiar.
Huh.
And so who was this that you traveled with that it belonged to?
Somebody who ended up killing innocent people.
Okay, we've had a lot of people that we know that have killed innocent people.
You wouldn't know this person.
Okay. Are they an individual or are they part of something?
That's what I want to know.
Ren, you come from a sordid past. May I borrow a fingernail?
I'm gonna slowly pull out my gun.
We have a Mexican standoff.
And just with the asking of fingernails, yeah. What's going on?
I can tell you later.
I'll lay my truth out for everybody else to see if you lay your truth out.
I know the fangs.
Okay. And what did you do?
Poison is new.
Do I believe him? With my insight.
I mean, you knew that he was lying before. I mean, it's up to you. Are you trying to be veiled with your truth? Or are you being outright, forthright with it?
Forthright, what I have, I just told him. I know of the fangs, and the poison is new.
I'm gonna say because you said you rolled a 23. I'm gonna say that that it still covers a bit. Being truthful, you had to pry it, but tell them the truth.
Okay.
And is this just the two of you or all of us?
I mean, we're here. I'm gunning.
You're
I don't
here,
think
here,
we pointed
here.
at somebody. It's just more out.
It's more like the roving guards that are like super like watching, not continuing the patrol, just kind of stopping and.
We're part of a dramatic play. We're just practicing.
I will say I'm the only one with no weapon drawn.
Yeah, well,
Not the only one.
Well, I don't know what
Will's like, I don't know how to draw a weapon. I don't have paper or pen.
I am a weapon. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, kind of true.
How long were you traveling with the fangs?
Many years.
like what? 3, 4, 5.
Enough to be an issue
Okay.
for them.
Where'd you guys
Hopefully.
operate?
So long ago. With a B or an F?
Batia.
Basia.
Yep. You guys would have operated near outside of the kingdom of Batia.
The Kingdom of Basia.
Yeah. Okay.
But we didn't kill or assassinate. That's new.
I hate you.
That's new.
No, you
That's why I had to share with him. Poison. It's not what they did.
I could say the same about the people that I traveled with. Until they did it. Does the name Silas ring any bells to you?
No. I don't know of any Silas. Does the name Finnegan ring a bell with you?
Inside checks.
They're both telling the truth. I can tell you that definitively. Because neither of them know, but it's a no.
I mean, do any of those names ring a bell to...
Nope.
No, okay.
Sitting here in my cowl.
All right.
Can I at least have a timeline? I mean,
Timeline of
I'm
what?
trying to figure out the connection with the bird.
If I can do it,
5 years.
Wes,
ago.
if I can do it
5 years?
secretly,
What you got,
I'm going
Banner?
to cast Zone of Truth.
I'm going to say that they're so anime split screen right now, the blue and the red parts, that you'll be able to cast it.
Although they are aware.
They are aware. You are both aware that you are under a zone of truth. You can try and resist it.
You can also word how you're speaking.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the best
also
part
becomes
about it.
really, really obvious usually.
I didn't not know that they didn't not know. No, just kidding. Yeah, you got zone of truth going on.
Well,
So 5 years.
So now you may or may not
wisdom
know.
save.
He said 5 years ago was the last he was with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just re-verifying that he said that.
Yes.
I see how 5 years can change a lot of things, but it's not what the things were at all. This is new to me.
And why did you want to keep that a secret from us?
I don't know if you guys would want to travel with a ex-thief
An ex-fang.
who now
Oh my God.
has connections with fangs that are poisoning people.
I literally just like tuck my crossbows in and then I just like slap Eldon like on the head, just like, you're an idiot.
Sometimes.
Oh,
I'm sure
he
all
speaks
of
the
us-
truth.
I'm sure all of us have done something unsavory at some point in our lives. To say that you don't want to share the truth because you stole something? I've stolen things.
Sacred things, though. We were taking not bubbles.
Have I stolen anything?
I'm sure we all have things we don't.
You're harboring a book that could apparently bring about the end of something.
Yeah, you scared a
I
dragon.
don't know what book you're talking about. Shut up.
We're in a zone of truth. I'm speaking the truth. That is the truth.
Yeah, why don't we just pull Eldon into that circle?
he stepped out.
I know.
But well, I cast it specifically
Yeah,
on at
I
least
know,
those
on
two.
them.
Yeah.
I know.
But I'm looking for them. They betrayed me.
That was tense.
Even though you don't know who Silas is, I think that is also my next goal. And I'm hoping that's at least Felix's with the connection to the poison, but
Yeah.
Who's Silas?
As you stand in the circle. of
long
truth.
ago I traveled with a group of people. They're the first group of people that I met after I departed from the Feywild. Part of my culture is, you leave and you find yourself. You go on.
Pilgrimage.
Rumspringer. Oh.
Yeah, that. Whatever those things. Is that what
It's like
David
a
said?
it's like a self awakening.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
you just find out who you are in the world. I chose to go to this plane, this prime material plane instead of the Feywild because I fancied somebody. And so this Silas, I traveled with him for quite a while. And, we, like Eldon had said about the things, we only stole or did petty crimes. It was fun.
So you were part of the fangs?
No.
Right.
But Silas kept a pet bird.
Oh, I gotcha. Nice.
But at some point, he got full of himself or greedy or whatever people do with, when they establish something or make something of themselves, their vision is cloudy and they're not them. They're a new person. And so, the last mission or thing that we did together led to the death of a noblest child, something that I am still trying to make amends with, something I'm trying to correct. So, that's Silas.
When did you last see him?
It's been years.
A lot of the times when we have rose-colored goggles on, red flags just look like
I'm
flags.
audibly spinning the barrel of my gun. No, not right now, bud.
So if this poison has a connection to him, I need to expedite my ultimate goal of ending him.
Okay.
But if we're
There's
being
no
honest,
place in time where he is not going to feel pain.
if we're being honest, Felix, what took you so long to come back from the poison?
I don't even know how long I was out of game.
You were out
Well, sorry,
probably about an extra.
out of game, and then it like in dream. I don't know how long that was.
Sure. So in game time, it took another 10, 15 minutes for her to pull him out.
Because
you have no concept of time in there.
We had no figure. We had no figure on time
Yep.
in there. Yeah. So wait. So you're asking how much longer or what?
No, I'm asking why you didn't come out with everyone else. She said it was harder to take you out.
Yeah. That would make sense. Just trying to pull whoever my dad was in there. So I was trying to pull him out.
Your dad was where?
That place. I don't know.
What was your dad's name? It wasn't one of the names.
No, I already asked him.
Oh,
It's Rowan.
Yeah, I didn't know it.
No, he got poisoned like 3.5 years ago. But he's stuck there. So whoever is doing this is going to pay. And we're going to figure it out.
So is your goal to bring him back
Yeah.
or to get revenge?
Both.
Little column A, column B.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yes, that makes
Preferably
sense.
one first, then the other. And then after that, yeah.
Which one first?
Get my dad.
Okay.
So
I wonder, this is just my own thought process, is if your dad was in that sleep and that's the same spot where David and Jack,
with what Banner said, it's not the same place. It was totally different.
but if that's how they also encountered their mind space, maybe the same process that saves your dad is how we can go back to our world as well. If we're pulling your dad from that world into this, we could pull myself.
I don't know.
I don't know. This
It
is
didn't
me
seem. It
brainstorming.
didn't seem. Yeah, we couldn't figure anything out in there. We didn't know if it was actually like just my head or if it was actually a place. Because yeah,
Well, I think
we built something, but it didn't. We couldn't do anything with it, and that was when I got pulled out.
would you build?
I think I've asked you this before, Wes. Would O'Darren know that there is the existence of magic that would shift planes?
You'd
Not
have to. That's how you got here.
Yeah.
You'd have to know.
Well, and
Just like Ren, you are both
inter-
aware that there is magic that can shift
And,
planes.
and realistically, like the fundamentals of magic, there's interplanar magic. That's like Dimension Door, and like Banishment is sending them to their home planet.
Very aware. Yeah.
So yeah, you would know that. Yeah. All I know is when we were there, it did not feel like 15 minutes. That was, I think, what realistically we lost track. Like seemed like
For all of you in game time, it was half a day.
yeah.
If not a little bit more, because it was overnight, so you don't know when it kicked in.
Yeah, and even then, when we were in there, like it seemed way longer, way longer.
For you, it could have felt like months, years.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, like that's why I had to sleep and wake up and sleep. Like, yeah, so it was not fun, and that was 15 minutes. So 3.5 years. So let's go find this, please.
Okay, what was our next step then?
The Shady
Bird?
Shady Bird, but
Qatar.
Yep.
So it's been a couple weeks. You try because you initially had to follow
The thieves can't.
Thieves Camp.
Yeah.
So it'll take you. Give me an investigation check. 13. I'll say you find one. You start trying to follow it, but in the we'll say in the hubbub of the festivities kind of going on, people packing up their makeshift shops to take it more towards the center of town. It's getting a little bit busy.
Smart.
It's getting hard to see things. Give me another investigation. DC is going to be a bit higher.
Can we roll 2, or is it just him looking for signs?
You don't know
There we
Thieves
go,
Camp.
19... 23.
23. You see as a cart passes by, you see a symbol. You're like, oh, get you guys back on the track. You guys lost a little bit of time doing it. We're now crossing it into like 3.5 hours of you being Will. Just because you're having to cross to the other side of town in order to kind of pick up where you left off last time.
Does Will know he has a timer, or no? Okay. Like...
I'm just
mentally-
letting you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I meant like mentally, like if you're
Right.
like feeling tired or something, like feeling weird. Okay.
I am now.
Because I would say like that would you know.
We're gonna do one last investigation. That lowered the DC a little.
Be 14.
Okay. Well, you just made it.
Hooray!
Just made it. Because you're like, okay, this somewhat seems familiar, and I should take a left here. But then there's not a mark there where you swore there was one last time. It's down a different alley. Kind of typical to be moving. I mean, if everyone knows where the where the illegal fencing is, yeah.
Fences, yeah.
It takes you a minute to find a spot. This actually, it goes into a completely different, it crosses under into a completely different sector. But you're able to find it. It's honestly a hole in the wall.
So it's different.
Like somebody has, like like there was a bit of wall missing, and they just kept chiseling because they found a path underneath, and now there's this little hovel under one of the buildings, and you see the folded in wings first as their back is facing you, kind of sensing your presence or alerted by something. They turn around and be like, oh, hello. Back again, I see.
Yep. Hello again.
What can I do you for?
We're here for, well, I'll let... Because you wanted to come here, didn't you?
You're a fun-looking one.
you can speak up.
We're here looking for information on, again, actually.
Well, I mean, I may have information. Everything comes at a price. What's it about?
The Fangs.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Are they in the city?
20 gold.
Okay.
Think about that.
I lean over to Eldon and I'm like, hey, you should have put up a little bit more of a fight, man. Like,
Done. Yeah, there's a little cell of the Fangs here in town.
When did they come?
25 gold.
just where are they?
Okay. So they've been here for the past couple of years. I think the last 2 years, they've kind of made themselves their own little hidey hole over in Gowanna's area.
Word on the street is that they've gotten into the assassination business. Do you know when that started happening?
10 gold. Big spenders.
Wait, let me just clarify. Are you giving Seven's gold?
You better not.
No. I'm saying like the chomped gold, not the actual gold coins. Like
I thought
gold,
you just were like stealing one. Okay.
No.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, I'm going from the stockpile that would have been the original.
Okay, no worries then. Good. I'm just making sure.
So, word is that they've been at this for the last 4 years. They started small, started working their way up.
Do you know why the change in heart?
This one's in the house. No.
Do you know about their poison?
80 gold.
Ooh. Do you know more than just the name?
I'm sorry, this is Wes. Ask that a question again.
Do you know more than just the name of the poison?
I know the name. I know some of the targets that have been hit with it.
Targets here that have been hit with it.
Well, you just said targets. Yeah, I'll pay.
80.
Hmm?
So they hit over and let me let me pull on my map again. They hit over in Wet Hill. They had hit one of these nobles that was trying to root out the Fangs from their territory. Didn't work out well for him. I hear that his son is now well looked after.
Okay.
And I think it's called like the Endless Dream or something like that.
It was a hell of a dream.
Just a super quizzical look at you. I don't know how expressive Eric Hokers are, but super confused kind of look at you.
Do you have any contacts to just a meeting?
Yeah, I have names. I have contacts. If you want a meeting, that's going to cost you quite a pretty penny. I'd have to even make sure with them. 250 for me to just ask and stick my neck out. I don't fuck around with the blades. Or with the fangs. Sorry, I forgot they are the blades. My bad.
Mixing your gangs up.
Sorry. We need to go to the 5 points and we can have the dead rabbits fight the gangs in New York. Yeah.
Sharks and the Jets.
Yeah, they're there too. Mm-hmm. Sharks, jets, dead rabbits, all the animals.
How much for a name?
1,000 and I take off out of town. I'm just going to give you a name and that's how you die.
If we do a meeting, maybe I can lower the price by giving you a useful piece of information.
It's 250 for me to stick my neck out to even ask for a meeting. They could kill me just for asking. So I'm going to demand the 250 up front. Or maybe I can sell them the information that people are asking about the fangs. Again, it's going to be 250.
Before I lay down the money, are you sure? Because the information's pretty good.
Might be able to sell it for more.
What's the nature of the information?
It's about their poison.
I don't want to know any more than I already know.
Okay.
250.
250.
Okay. Come back here right after the celebration is done. I should be able to get a hold of them by then. How can I get a hold of you?
Fingernail.
The only issue with fingernail is that
It only lasts for so long, doesn't it?
Yep.
You mean that grotesque feature has a time? No, I'm just kidding.
Do you have one of the stone? Sorry. Do you have one of those stone things?
Sending stones? Is that what you're talking about?
That'll cost
Are you actively showing them it?
Yes.
Wait, does Will know about sending
I'll give you 50 gold for it right now.
Nope.
No. 1,000.
He just made 1,000, so.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
You for sale?
I couldn't hear you over his sneeze. What was that?
Sorry. I mute my
It's a bit dusty. We still got a bunch of rock we're getting through. Are you for sale?
That's
Who do I got to pay for you guys?
That's a little gross.
He's a thing.
No, he's not. Are you a thing?
I'm a being.
So is that.
I got flesh and blood.
Be considerate. Come on.
I used to be a human.
Yeah. Hey, has anybody
You
else?
don't want that
Interesting
You don't want that
story.
to happen to you.
Hey, has anybody else recently asked about this poison?
I mean, there were some snobs from Sheehan who came by, tried to get some info.
Yeah.
They paid a pretty penny too.
Well, I appreciate that for free.
All right, so how do I get a hold of you later?
You said after the ceremony?
Yeah.
I'll be around.
How about this? There's this old empty lot that there used to be a shop in.
Magic shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
There's an alleyway behind it. You meet me there afterwards. I'll tell you if we got to meet up or not. Fair.
There.
Okay. All right. Goes without saying, if I hear you breathe a word to anybody about this, I just won't show, and I'll let the Fangs know.
If we start getting approached by the Fangs, we'll know. I would.
That's
hope-
fair.
I would
Well,
hope that
they
goes-
should know because I'm reaching out to them for a meeting. So if they go
Well,
of their own volition,
I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Specifically
If
us.
you, I get it. I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
We found you twice. We can find you again.
That's fair.
Yep.
All right. Well, anything else? Any other business?
No, sir.
All right.
Just
Well,
doing business with you.
pressure's on mine. Just jingles the coin purse, and see yourselves off.
All right. Leaving.
Armands.
All right. We got time to burn now.
Yep, Armands.
Yep.
get some-
We'll say that took about another half hour, so we're entering in hour 4 now.
I'm gonna pop out Nevermore and send him up in the sky.
Up in the air.
And as we're traveling through the city, Banner will talk with Will,
Yeah.
letting Dave and Will connect and talk about whatever.
Banner is third wheeling in his own body.
Pretty
right
much,
now.
yeah. But he's also kind of doing insight checks, if you will. He's not. He kind of jokingly said that about the demon thing or being possessed, and now he's like, "Ooh, what if it's true?" So he's trying to gauge whether.
How forthcoming are you
intent
being, David?
David?
How forthcoming?
Oh,
is David?
I'm being forthcoming. Sure.
Fair enough.
Calm, cool, and collected. Yeah.
We'll say the conversation is going well. That relative, excuse me. That you're able to kind of communicate freely.
David's trying to control his kind of excitement, even though he's concerned about what the hell's going on in the real world. But it's like this is cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a little terrifying at the same time. But
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
So heading over to Armand's.
Sure.
Okay. Takes about another half hour to get over there. You walk in the door. Hey, look who it is. Are you going in, Ren?
I'm going to Tendrins.
Going to Tendrins. Okay. Okay. Hey, how you all do? Odie, how you doing?
Hello.
What can I do you for?
Okay.
Other than not be a part of this oppressive system, but
Well, I mean, we all have to deal sometimes. But
Well, some people are doing something about it.
I have some deals. Well, maybe.
And I have money to take from you.
I'm okay with that. So,
Yeah.
do you remember that book you showed me last time?
Oh, yes. Is it this one? And he guides you over to his case, and he pulls out, and there's it would have been in a case, I believe.
I would have laughed if he sold it.
Oh yeah, no. This was a pretty penny.
It's too top shelf.
Because I had told him a lot.
Yeah. I know it was more than the 1,200 that each of us had.
Yeah.
I think the book, according to my notes, he said 15.
I don't know. That's a you thing.
1,500? Yeah.
At least it's not 15,000.
So,
You're gonna blow your whole shot just on that.
It's a book.
it's a fancy book.
It's okay. Well,
Chop off Soul Nevermore for probably if you had.
So we came across some interesting gold. Care to take a look?
Sure.
I'm going to pull out some of the gold.
Some of Seven's gold.
converted.
Seven.
Okay. You giving it to him?
I'm going to show it to him, yeah.
Pulls out a gold piece. Be like,
Solid gold.
Can confirm.
well, yeah, it's gold, all right. But why is it minted like a silver?
I'm not sure. Just kind of found it that way.
So this is rare.
Maybe.
I think so.
we're not usually into.
Does that make
coins.
it worth more?
I don't know. Beats me. It could just be one that just missed the stamp or whatever. I don't know. I don't make gold.
Misprints are pretty rare.
I mean, I make gold. I just don't make gold. I'm not an alchemist.
Well, would you be willing to take some of this gold and maybe cut me a deal?
I can take the gold and give you the book.
I mean, we're friends. Come on.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you have to understand. I run a business too.
Are you telling
Roll me a
that,
diplomacy,
Diplomacy.
or not diplomacy?
Game is this?
I always do this. I always use skills from Pathfinder and
I know, I do too.
Wes is a pathfinder.
Got a 12.
I rolled a nat 13, and that's not adding a modifier to it. So no, I appreciate it, but this is
What modifier? You think
None.
Armand has Riz?
none. He does. Thank you very much. He about had a thing with you and Tendrin at the same time. Yeah, he got
We're not with
Riz.
Ren.
Well,
She was messing with him.
honey. No, I was kidding. I'm kidding. So, no, I'm. This is a high end item. I mean, maybe if we were doing a deal for multiple things, maybe I can cut a bulk deal. But
I would be interested in a long distance spell for communication. Maybe we can include some trade.
I need to see if one of those are included.
Standard stock in a enchanter store.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just an enchanter store.
No, I know it's not.
We have a deal set up.
We had a deal he couldn't refuse.
We have a deal.
He had a deal he couldn't refuse. I mean, we could. I think I got a scroll for that, like a one-time use scroll for it. If you want long distance communication, I think I got a scry too.
Let's stick with the communication for now.
Okay.
I have a couple new spells you might be interested in as well.
Okay. What you got?
I'm gonna show him my new 3rd level spells.
Interesting. So with this, so this is a scroll ascending.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that in the book. Anything else?
Someone else might want something, but
Anything?
I think I'm pretty set.
We got a lot of stuff.
Any components.
We got components. I can get you some components. That's easy stuff. That's paltry.
Yeah. Well, some of it's expensive, so.
Okay. So how about this? The components, scroll of sending, and we'll get you the book for the 1,500. I'm not counting the spells that you have. We can make a separate deal for that.
All of that for the 15?
Yeah.
I like that deal. I'm in.
I'll throw in 300 because, like I said, some of mine's expensive, but
Oh, there you go. So you still
So-
your budget.
You have a scroll of sending. You have your components, and you have the Atlas of Endless Horizons.
Jeez, that is a name.
Which, when you are attuned, it has the spells in it: Arcane Gate, Dimension Door, Gate, Misty Step, Plane Shift, Teleportation Circle, and Word of Recall. Functions as a spell.
boy.
While you are holding the book, use it as spellcasting focus.
Yeah.
It has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3, and I'll send this to you. Expended charges daily at dawn. You can use the charges in the following ways. You can either spend a minute studying the book, expend 1 charge and replace one of your prepared wizard spells with a different spell in that book, but the new spell must be of conjuration.
Nice.
When you are hit with an attack, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge and teleport up to 10 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
That's cool.
If your new position is out of range of the attack, it misses you. Out of the range of it, but if it's still within the range, it can hit you.
Got it.
So that is in D&D Beyond if you want to go ahead and edit yourself.
For 1,500, that is not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
especially for all those spells.
Yep.
Yeah, for all those spells alone. But that book's also pretty cool.
It really
You're a fast
Yeah,
traveler.
I nerfed that price for people that are medding. I don't care. It's my game. Piss off.
I was say, is that a wondrous item?
It's 5K.
Yeah. I was going to say, wondrous items are pretty penny.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be what was it?
I think we had talked about it. You'd asked what book, and I can't remember. Anyway, so for your spells that you got there, how functional are they? Like, is this something you made up? Have you used these? I mean, have you used them? Like,
I mean, I've given them a try or two.
what spells specifically again are they?
It's fireball and counterspell.
Okay. Oh, honey, I got
I was gonna
those.
say, I bought a
those.
scroll of fireball from him last time we were
Yeah,
in here.
it's over there. There's just a pile of fireball scrolls that are in a doubly locked case.
Yeah.
And you can see, you can hear the hum of the magical cover of it. some reason it's just a one-time use thing, and I don't know, you know, the people don't come back.
Well,
But okay, anything else I could help you guys with?
that was all you, right? He's got a new book now, so he's a happy camper.
Now I'm good.
I think that's it.
Fantastic. I mean, it looks like you guys got a bunch of books kind of already. As he looks and sees books on books just kind of hanging out of some people's backs
Oh yeah.
from the mage's hovel.
Yeah, because you're still carrying all of those.
Yeah.
We need Mordenkainen's magical or marvelous bookshelf. So it can fold up.
Whatty hootie and a whata?
I just made that up.
No.
Sound like
What I
chutzpah.
need
A portable book.
is a magic bag to throw things in.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
so
man, that'd be pretty
disorganized.
cool. Yeah.
You need something that'll pop out and it's like it's all alphabetized.
We're just randomly talking about this out loud.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
All right, well, it's been lovely to
Oh,
see
you mean Wes's magical bookshelf? No.
It's been lovely, but we're gonna skedaddle. We'll get out of your store.
All right. I mean, have a good day. If you see Ren, tell her she's always more than welcome. You know, we can go out on town again, just a date, me or her. That way we don't got Tendrin bogging us down. You know.
Just out of curiosity, do you know what the heck is going on?
With what?
The town.
The Grand Rose is dead.
I was hoping for a little more information than that.
Oh, I don't care.
Behind the scenes.
I mean, realistically, it's just another staple of the institution that is this
Oh,
oppression
man.
of
No,
faith.
okay.
Here
All
we
right,
go.
great.
It's just-
I forgot.
You know-
I forgot he does that. Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
You
I'm gonna get
topple
out.
one pillar, the other ones are bound to fall. So I mean,
I was
and then
gonna
when
tell
that
Ren
happens,
about you, but-
my restorative spells will skyrocket. Hey, I'm a businessman first and foremost.
He's already outside.
Just like look at Ren and just like I understand.
Oh, Ren's not even near you guys.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Completely
No,
different
you're right.
sector.
Yeah, Ren's gone.
Oh.
So that being said, walking in. Hello. Oh, hello, Ren.
I should have went with.
How are you?
I'm gonna leave a donut for my buddy.
I think it's only been like half the day, but I'm tired. It's been pretty draining.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's been a long couple of wet days. I mean, if you want, I gotta stay with the shop. I got a cot in the back. If you want to go lay down, you know, whenever I take naps, do you want to go lay down?
Well, actually, I wanted to do shop real quick because
Oh, okay.
we got to go to the thing,
Yeah, I'm going to.
and then we've got something afterwards.
After.
Fair enough. What do you need?
I have these gems
Okay.
worth 100 gold each.
Okay.
Allegedly, that's what we were told.
Do you mind if I take a look at one?
They're from a lost elven city,
Ooh.
Elith'Koli. Not sure if that raises the price.
Sounds great. I think I've had it before. Like a little like
Italian.
Delicious.
I love Italian. No, a little like a very pathetic jeweler's like eyeglass, be like, oh, this is nice. I mean, and it's from an ancient elven city. We can make some money on this. So you said 100 gold? I
Allegedly.
think it might be worth 300 actually. 250 at the least. Do you want to consign it like we did the weapon? Oh, speaking of which, here you go. Here's your portion for that, and it's 75 gold. But yeah, how many of those gems you got?
Just two.
Just two. Okay.
Although I think my friends have some more,
Okay.
but we, amicable in our, shares.
You know, this is from an ancient elven city. I bet those nerds over there in Sheen would probably pay through the through the tails. That dragon.
If there's a story behind it, they're hot and fluffy with their language. So if there's a story behind it, it'll probably inflate the price a little
Ancient
bit.
Elvis City. I mean, this is a fine cut. I could probably get 500 a piece out of them. Yeah, if you don't mind hanging them, leaving them with me, I could take care of that.
I would rather not leave them anywhere else.
Aw, thanks. I'm gonna write that down for myself. I got 2 gems. I'm gonna start my inventory. But yeah, anything else you need? I mean, the cot's still up for you if you want. I still got a couple hours of shop hours left before I'm gonna close up. So it's up to you. I didn't know if you were running around with that group still or not.
Surprisingly, I am. Something else came up
Oh.
that is keeping us together.
Okay.
So it's
Fair.
by circumstance. The only other thing, and I'm not sure if you would have any in stock at the moment. I'd probably have to go to, I guess, one of the enchanting sectors of the city, but I've improved my capabilities. I'm looking forward.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. And like
Self-improvement.
like she sets her paw like hand on your shoulder, just like good for you.
Girl boss.
That's right. Slay queen.
I am looking for another enchanted hand crossbow.
Oh. Yeah, well, they might already have one. I know there are some enchanters that require you to provide the base item for it. So you might need to go get a crossbow and then, pay whatever fee it is to enchant it. I mean, yeah, no hurt in just looking. Wouldn't want to spend the money and then find out, I could have bought it when I was there. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to save you some money. I mean, 75 gold's a pretty penny.
I'll let Felix know though, because he also has, I think, 2 more gems of the same milk. And
I tell you what, if we could, if we got like a nice batch, we could say these are the last of from an ancient elven city, and I think really sell this for some lucrative
we
change.
could nickname these gemstones the dragon eggs or something.
Oh, love it, love it. Notes dubbed dragon eggs.
The dragon eggs of Elith'Koli.
Dragon eggs of Elith'Koli. How do you spell that?
Erith.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's space or if there's an apostrophe. Then it's the Koli.
K-O Koli. All right, Elith'Koli. Got it.
Nice.
It's Elven. I don't speak Elven.
I don't either. But okay, yeah, if you're able to get those from Felix, especially more money for all of us is more money for you guys. I mean, of course, I take my little cut for the shop and everything, but as far as I'm concerned, again, consignment. So,
Gotta eat.
yep, girls got to eat.
You gotta grow.
I gotta watch my figure though, and like just puts her hands on her hips and like, you're cute, and she like plays with your hair a little. Stop.
But I'm going to go back to the others and see
Okay.
if we can finish up everything we need to do before the ceremony. And if I see you there, condolences. And stay safe. It's dangerous out there.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you there. And like there is like the like self grooming like for a moment, like if she had long hair and everything, but like flattening down her fur and everything, like she's smitten. Tendrin is smitten. Okay, see you later, Ren.
All right.
Riz. I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
Can you see like Elmo be like, and today's word is Riz?
Oh my god. Just died a little.
Well, that's it for this episode.
I'm gonna roll a D100 for my damage.
Think about what you've done.
I did only what I had to do, Tony. Okay, so what's next? Everyone's leaving Armand's. You left
Other than
Hendrins.
Just like normal buying stuff. Are we just waiting until the thing?
What can I sell my old armor for?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can like do that
Old
like,
armor?
off the side, right?
Yeah, we could.
Chainmail shield. That kind of.
Yeah, we can do that. You getting rid of the shield too?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So
I mean the old one, not the new one.
okay, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
you're
no,
selling
not that
one?
one.
Yeah.
Boy, I had one before.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's more. I don't want to say like it's your standard armor and shield and everything, but it is base. I'm gonna say that you could probably get 10, 15 gold out of both of them.
Okay.
mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's worn, seen some battle, but
I'm good with that.
yeah. Anything else?
How much time do I have left on the will?
That's why I'm asking, is there anything else?
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Like any other like basic shop stuff, we can just do on the side, like
I would say only
off,
other
off.
Yeah, I'll say
the
that.
thing with like just
Because there's things I
Getting
want, but
food.
like I don't think there's really any.
We'll say that as you're coming out of the last shop, like there's that moment that mid-step that the switch occurs back to 7. You know when you trip over nothing when you're walking?
It's the worst.
That's what more or less what happens.
okay.
And so switch back so you're 7 again.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, I see it now.
Just gonna look at 7 again, the same way I did when he switched over
What
to
color are your eyes?
There's my
normally?
boy. There's my boy. Hey, there's my boy.
Eyes would probably be like sort of like a purple right now.
Yeah.
Different from
There
what it was.
he is.
Yeah.
That's for Xanos. Yeah,
Hi.
that was- oh,
Pull him down again, look right into his eyes.
Stare into
So do you know what's been happening most of the day? Do you remember?
I would be aware.
Yep.
Be like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I did see. I got to get back into 7 voice.
I
I was watching. Will took over though.
So is Will still there? Can he?
Yeah.
Can he hear?
Yes. Yeah.
Good to know.
He's still there.
All right.
All right, great. At least we're done with the therapeutic stuff.
I have a
I think it
feeling it'll
was-
still come out.
And that is going to be a note that, like, when things occur, I'd probably say that your natural, like, want to be there for somebody. You're probably talking, you're therapizing him in the background.
Yeah. Just like
I
Yeah.
thought it was insightful. I don't know what you mean.
I feel like we grew more as a group.
I think you're starting to talk too much like him.
I think we almost killed each other, but that's a whole other.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I think that
a
kind of
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
I am hungry
A
for a donut.
misunderstanding. Yeah, we can do that. We got a
Donut run.
We got something we got to do right now.
Well,
Well, depending on what you were you specifically going out, Ren, to find them to link back up, or were you just kind of walking around? Okay. I mean, you guys had talked about getting some stuff, so I'm going to say that you kind of tried to go around the previous locations that they went shopping, and you guys see Ren kind of come up maybe about 20 minutes after the switch occurs back.
Cool.
I'm going to push us into an alley where we're kind of alone.
7's back.
Just all of us.
it's me again. Yes.
So
It's like herding cats.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. Now you
In the-
no.
Two of us,
In the-
two of us are little. Two of us are toddler sized.
in the interest of honesty,
Are you another person
Oh,
too?
boy.
I swear to God.
no.
Tony kicks in. Just kidding.
Oh my God. That's so terrible. I don't look forward to that.
But I did figure out a few more things from the book that I wasn't supposed to be looking at. And
The Forbidden Book.
I'm going to reach
how
over
did you do
to Eldon.
Uh-oh.
And this little ball of light is going to pop out of my hand. And I'm just going to hand it to you.
You don't take balls of light.
I know. What is
No.
it? What is it?
Never touch strange balls.
This little light of
My
mine.
father taught me that.
Focus on that wall over there and try and hit it. Just hold the ball up and try and hit it.
I take the ball and try to hit the wall.
A firebolt is going to fling out of it and hit the wall.
A fire
Bolt.
bolt.
Yeah, I thought you
There's
said
a
ball.
different-
Whoa.
I thought I wanted.
moment. My life flashed before my eyes.
Yeah, for my brief moment, all of your lives flashed before my eyes, and
Oh, Darren starts briefing us. That there's a bank. We're robbing it.
You guys need to be cool with a lot of stuff real quick. Jeez.
So wait, how long does this last? Or is it like a one use?
It's gone.
Okay.
As soon as you did it, the ball vanished.
Mario style.
no balls.
No balls.
Now, yeah, and then
So you can pass this along to people.
So it's an interesting spell. Just letting you guys know.
so you wanted to let us know that you can give us glowing balls that does firebolt.
It can do more than that.
Such
But
as-
for now, yeah, just firebolt.
I'm just standing there rubbing my temples like, okay, great, cool.
So you read more pages.
In this
No.
forbidden tome.
Of course not. Yeah.
DM rolls an insight check. I'm just kidding.
I don't need zone of
I'm
truth
being
for that.
honest here.
And that was pages plural.
Yeah, I heard an S in there.
And this is the only thing that came up?
In the interest of honesty, yes. This is the only spell.
What else?
I love watching the group groan.
What else did you
Yeah, you're being really selective with that word usage there.
Zone of truth.
Yeah, Seven's back. Tell him the truth.
Really, it's just kind of notes right now.
Are they
About
Hint at things, but don't really give much information.
you right
It's
now?
kind of still jumbled.
you're being you
I love how you're more cryptic than I am, and I'm the DM.
yeah.
Seven, like, because like you pulled him down to your level, he just like lifts you up to his level and like just looks at you and just like just stares in your eyes.
This hydraulic lift just.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Are you telling us all the truth?
Well, yeah.
All of
I
it.
said in the interest of honesty.
Well,
yeah, but you can always just say that or leave things out.
I mean,
lying
when
by
have
omission.
I ever said in the interest of honesty and then lied?
I don't know if you're being honest about that though.
It's true.
Well, I am being. If
I
I
mean-
wasn't being honest, I wouldn't have even told you about the spell.
I don't think that's true, actually.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty common tactic back in my little group with Silas. You know, a little bit of the truth goes a long way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Use that to
I'm
sweeten the
being
poison.
honest. Like, I'm not lying about anything.
Why aren't you telling us the notes?
You seem really
Are you-
selective
I can tell
about what
you
you're
what the
sharing
notes-
with us, though, and that's
So,
where I'm kind of just
The notes mention a marriage and a seed and a scalpel that cut the seed and some sort of power with the seed, but it doesn't really give anything other than that. It's very cryptic.
Hey, quick question: don't you have a scalpel?
In all fairness, that's a fair depiction of what he
No, I
read.
understand.
Like I said, I'm being honest.
Could the marriage have been referring to the Grand Rose?
I know, I thought that too.
No, this was a long time ago. A long time ago.
But the words in the book change. Could the book be
The
continued?
language is the same, though, and it's the old language. It's very interesting.
You could still be talking about the Everthrone.
Okay, great. So you just wanted to pour this onto our fire. How about
Okay,
we just look? How about we just look? We cross that bridge in just a little bit. We're about to go into something else, and we don't need gifting magic to other people at the moment. I don't know that.
I mean, it was only fair that I let you know I could do it.
I understand. I am very grateful for that. I thought that when this truth today that's being shared is usually not the best.
But there's been a lot of truth, so I just figured
So
I
you
would
wanted
share
to jump
too.
in. Yeah, I got you. Okay. I appreciate it. But it's not like life threatening right now.
No.
Okay.
No,
You're not hiding that.
no.
Okay. Cool.
No.
Cool. You sure? This might be your.
I mean,
how
I'm
about this?
pretty
How about this?
sure.
How about this? I won't be mad if you say now that it is.
I don't think it is. Listen, I know what I've told you.
Yeah, we do too now.
So
But we also can't make glowing orbs of fire bolts and hand them over to. I was about to say David. Now this is garbage. See what's happened today?
Have fun.
This is garbage.
Come pie.
So we can't do that now. I can't hand him a ball and
Okay.
let him throw it. You can still.
I'm pretty certain that there are other spells in the book. I don't know what they
I mean,
are,
yeah, clearly, if you learn that from reading a book.
but there are other spells.
Okay, great. Well, keep us posted then. How about
If
that?
one of them's titled Armageddon, don't start reading.
Yeah,
Cast it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, let's
Don't
not-
even read it.
Well, I mean, you don't know what you've read until you've read it.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Well, now I have a lot of interesting books to read. So maybe, no, I'm still going to read that one.
Yeah, you got a new book. Just pick up your new book.
Mm-hmm.
You just bought one.
New book. You know what's in there.
I've actually read that that's pretty good. You know, substituting one addictive hobby for another. That's maybe more beneficial for your health and the well-being of others.
I have a lot of time while you guys sleep.
So, like, my friend who was trying to quit the pipe, they started baking a lot. And so,
Baking.
yeah, they got into cakes.
Okay, well, hey, I mean, that's another hobby, I guess. All right, great. This alleyway powwow was fantastic. But I appreciate the truth. Does anybody else have any other truth at this moment? Anybody? Okay, great.
You got a new book?
Yeah, no, I was there. Hey, by the way, your guy asked about you. He was pretty political.
Pendrin has a really good deal for us.
Oh, great.
You know
I'm
those,
always down
you
for
know,
that.
you know those gems that we got from Elith'Koli, the small, like 100
Yeah.
gold piece ones. She can sell them for more by attaching a nice story.
Oh, cool, lying. I got you. Yeah. Cool.
Let's do that.
All right, we'll have to do that then.
Yeah.
Did
I
she
love-
sell that battle axe?
Yeah, I got 75 gold for it if you want a little.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, great.
Yeah.
Truth. Go team. Let's go.
I love the fact that you changed the subject, but that's cool.
So I'll hand you.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm going to leave
Will
over
back.
at 7.
Talk about market stuff. Dang. So you'll hand me the 75 gold. Or wait. 25?
One of us gets like 38.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's whatever. Great. All right, now let's go. Go Truth Team.
So we'll say that it's starting to get a bit darker in the day. Getting to the late afternoon, early evening hours. You see people have put their makeshift shops and everything kind of on the main thoroughfare in the pinwheel. And they're hawking their stuff, but it's more or less like large stemmed roses. There are some black bands that don't have the symbol on it. Only it seems specifically the guards have their for Divian have the black bands with the logo of Divian on it. But you see a large funeral pyre that's been made. Kind of, and I described this originally kind of like a Greek forum or amphitheater where it descends down to, the bowl, and that's where the pyre is made, is the actual where the presenter or orator would be. Then there is 2 rows worth of guards surrounding the pyre at a healthy distance. In the first row of the seating are very well dressed individuals. You see Watchmaster J. Emberborn kind of to the side with her own little squadron. But you see Hyrcanus and you see some others, and they themselves are surrounded by many guards. And then multiple rows back, after more guards, the general public is allowed to stand. You see some nobles are actually able to sit in some seats, and there's a division from them to the commoners. Everyone else is kind of having to flank around. I mean, this is the equivalent to, and I hate to use this equivalence, but it's the only thing I can think of at the moment. It's Taylor Swift concert right now. Anyone and everyone
It's the Aristocrat.
that is a fan is there, and the place is packed. There are guards at every interchange going out to the different sectors, facing both in and facing out. There are a few kind of roving guards going up and down streets still, but it seems like the bulk is here for this specific event.
Okay.
I will say even that Tendrin... You know what? Let's give Tendrin a chance. Go for it, Tendrin. Tendrin doesn't find you. There's a lot of people in this city. Some of them are wearing clothing that doesn't look like it's actually native to Egrenesia or the city itself, a lot of people have come to pay their respects.
Can I look for any odd tattoos while we're just there?
Give me a perception with disadvantage. There's a lot of people packed in. Even when you are in an open aired skied area, I'm trying to impress upon the amount of people trying to shove.
13.
It's extremely hard. It's almost to the point that you're shoulder to shoulder, like at a concert. I don't want to say mosh pitting, but that kind of close, being pushed into the person in front of you, to the side of you. But there is one person who kind of gets up, stands up, turns to face everyone. It is this human male, and he begins to sing this song. And it's a song about the moon and the sun ever being lovers, never being able to touch, always being separate, but their love being eternal. You know, just very flowery kind of things. But this man's voice is beautiful. It seems to dance upon the breeze, and it, without seemingly any effort, it seems to echo amongst the entire city. After his song, he goes and sits by the other faith leaders before it's kind of hard to distinguish their genders because you're so far away, but a dwarven man walks up and he raises his hand, just, "Peace unto all you who have come today. Thank you for coming to honor the Grand Rose. Amongst us, she was one of the most kind, benevolent, loving, joyful, every tenet of her deity she seemed to exemplify. We are here not to mourn as much as we are to rejoice in her life, in her very long life, especially as the Grand Rose. Many of you may have stories, having encountered her, sharing a moment with her, possibly even being touched or healed by her. Understand that the pain that you feel now is, while it may not be temporary, it may not be eternal either. Rest in the knowledge that she is resting. However way she found that rest, she is resting now. And I'm sure that she would like to see us continue celebrating her life by celebrating in our own. Thank you so much, Maester, for your song. I think that from each one of us as leaders of the city, as well as everyone who resides near and far, that the Rose would have loved to hear your voice again. As she has requested, she wished to be burned at a pyre as tradition to her native people. And we do that so in honor of her tonight. Magister, do you possibly... And there is you see a tabaxi kind of walking up with this torch, and she gets up and she gets near the pyre, and she actually blows it out before it pops back up, and she just kind of looks back with a smirk, like kind of giggling, and like there's just the general like, oh God, and then you hear the kids laughing before the tabaxi does light the pyre. At this point, you see a purple-skinned elven woman, as well as a half-elf-looking woman, kind of step forward, and they reach their hands up, and just kind of to emulate the song that the maestro had sung, you see an illusionary sun and moon respectively appear in the sky. But they start to dance around each other until they merge, and as they set together, the pyre actually lights, causing this beautiful dance of a moonbeam and sunbeam essentially going up into the sky. You hear cheers, you hear sobs, you hear cries of joy and everything. And at what you could see of the faith leaders, there are some who are, emulating the crowd. Some of them are crying. Some of them are smiling. Hyrcanus seems to be trying to hold himself just upright. They wait. They stay motionless until the pyre is done. It takes a lot of time. If you've ever seen how a funeral pyre is constructed, how tall it actually can be, it takes a lot of time for that thing to burn down, but no one moves a muscle. There are even a couple be like, how long is this supposed to take? I don't know. I mean, I thought this would be that was what we hear. Shh. People trying to maintain the solemnity. Solemnity? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word.
Man, okay.
Look
Out
at
of
you.
my butt pulled that out of the moment. Before the human male steps up again, Maestro Alec Farwillow, and he sings a song specifically about the Grand Rose, talking about her beauty, talking about her kindness, her joy. Partway near the song, midway through the song, but not like at the end. He didn't want to interrupt, but Hyrcanus kind of gets up and stands next to the maestro's. He finishes his song. Hyrcanus kind of gives him a little clasp on the shoulder before he heads back to his seat. Hyrcanus stands up in front of everyone. People of Igrenesia, friends, nobles, commoners, guards, laymen, leather workers, smiths. We are here together in this moment. Like this city, there are sections, there are individuals, but in this center, we are whole. We are one. Many of us can say that the Grand Rose was that center for us. And now we have to be that center. She was a dear friend of mine. I miss her like I'd miss my arm. Like I'd miss a piece of my soul. But, as the head consular had said, she would want us to rejoice and be whole. Some may try and take advantage of this moment, exploit us, call us weak. I call us determined, strong, an opportunity for us to take tragedy and make it triumph, become unified more, not being fractured like individual pieces of straw. When you lay your heads down tonight, wherever that may be, on a pillow, on a cot, on the ground, know that she loved you as a person. That's how we must love each other, and that is how we are going to get through this together. There will never be a Grand Rose like her. Not to sell you short at all. Points down to this tiefling woman with dark red skin, with amber hair, horns curling long from behind her head towards the front, but very beautiful. Very beautiful. Not to sell you short at all. As you will make a fine Grand Rose. But our hearts will also always be with her. In memory of her, in memory of her, we are going to merge the Principality of Duke Portia back into Igrenesia. We are going to allow those who are faithful and faithless to traverse this city freely, to be unified as people who love one another not constrained by who their love may be directed towards. I have permission from the High King to do this. And your majesty, and he looks over, and you didn't see it quite before. There is an inlet down near the front where you just thought there was a clump of guards. There is a man, woman, and 2 children sitting, wearing emerald-colored clothing. And the man just nods. I have permission from the High King to do this, to make this reunification. And it is in his name who we dedicate this ceremony to. Being the niece of the High King, the Grand Rose was loved by one and all worldwide. That love doesn't stop today, nor will it ever. Your Highness. Again, nod back. Enjoy your evening, however you so choose. Thank you for your words, your thoughts. We hope in your actions. Thank you. And he briskly goes to sit down. A man comes up from the other side of this like front row of fancy people. It's the best way to describe it. From near where the High King and his family were sitting, and he comes up. It is at the High King's request that all of you here part with something in honor of the Grand Rose. So, at the High King's behest, in honor to make some sort of semblance for your loss, there are... Bless you. He says to some random person into the crowd.
The only one.
The only one. Everyone else is like, shh! Jeez. What is your problem? We have appropriated an amount of funds towards the denizens of Divian's sector, those devoted to Divian. A sum for them to deal with their passing. For those of you in the other sectors, we have also dedicated funds to help with any minor improvements to your homes, to rebuild what you might need to. If we don't, you may keep the funds yourselves. But it is what we're able to do for those of you here in Volkstadt. Thank you all, and good evening. He goes over to where the family is, and the guards seem to converge. Half of them surround the faith leaders. The other half surround the High King's family. And no one moves a muscle when the High King stands. The rest of the faith leaders stand. And the king starts to walk out. It's one of those situations, it's kind of hard to express, but it really is no less different than like Moses parting the Red Sea. Literally, as the guards act as a funnel. Oh, Ender's Game. So in Ender's Game, like they use like the little carriers and drones to forge this hole through this wave of enemies. That's more or less what these guards. Yeah, they're spearhead. Yeah, that's more or less what the guards are doing. They're spearheading their way through. They're not worried about being cautious or quiet about it. They are pushing everything and everyone aside. You catch a glimpse of the High King as he walks past. You can understand why he looks the part as well. But we are going to end it there. At the moment, we will pick up next session at the post ceremony. So thank you guys for playing with us so much and listening in. Until next time, it is 5 to Places.
Thank you, Five.
Yet another production of D&D and yet another period of waiting until we continue this story. Thank you for being our audience today, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, it's 5 to places, and thank you for listening to Adventures Till the Curtain Calls.